Hello, hello, hello. What's good, everyone? I am Lonee Appleton. I am a healthy family advocate, and this is my life as a classroom. I am here. Yes, I'm using my camera as a mirror, and it's just got a couple of hairs, but what I love about this look is, it's going to go where it goes. It's going to do what it's going to do, but I'm in between, like, the chaos of natural hair. Hey, little devil. I think that's what that says, but how you doing? Welcome to the live. The thing I love about natural hair is it's a natural chaos, but even when you get out of that natural chaos, it then turns into chaos. So I got a hat on today. But anyway, how's everybody doing? My name is Lonee Appleton. I am a healthy family advocate, and this is my life as a classroom. I am here Monday through Saturday, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So join in. I just talk about my life. Those of you who are familiar with my content, it's just, I think my hat is crooked. I don't know what the hell. Oh, there it goes. That was the problem. It wasn't the hair, it was the hat. I was going to keep fidgeting until I figured it out. Anyway, if you're familiar with my content, you're familiar with the Lonee Roller Coasters, which means I start on one topic and end on another topic, and somehow I zoom back to the beginning. So that is pretty much what my lives are, and I really love them. I love finding a space where I can be my rambly self and people come and enjoy and we have fun together. Make sure you get the comment section popping. Our lives are as live as you our lives are as live as we make them. So it could just be me here talking to myself, or it could be you guys listening, or it can be you guys talking to each other in the comments. The comments help keep the conversation going. So I am really excited. First, just, while people figure out that I'm here, because I was running a little late today, I apologize for that. Let's talk about how I keep saying that I don't like TikTok. And I am just so upset that my platform was able to build on this platform. Hey, Trin, welcome, my friend. Yes, welcome. I keep saying that I don't like TikTok, and I'm so upset that my platform blew here. And yesterday I took a blow from TikTok. TikTok took a dig at me, and it really just took the wind out of my sails and kind of had me rethinking my whole life philosophy off of TikTok, right? Some weird shit, but that's really what was happening yesterday, because my life presently is being built upon the work that I'm doing here. I'm building a brand. Those of you who aren't familiar with me, check out the content. If you're not already a part of the community, consider joining the community, because we're doing some really dope stuff here. But, it really had me thinking, my present circumstances, allowing your present circumstances to make long-term decisions for yourself. And so yesterday I was trying to set up with the TikTok shop. That's yesterday's live. It will be loaded up to Lonee Appleton Lives on YouTube. So make sure that you are subscribed over there. What did I just hit? Let me type that in the comments. YouTube, Lonee Appleton. I hope I didn't say Taylor. It's Lonee Appleton. I was Lonnie Taylor longer than I've been Lonee Appleton. So, and I just started saying Lonee Appleton verbally since I've been doing this platform. When I started building a public persona, I didn't want my legal name to be out there. So I would go by Lonnie Taylor. And my husband, he would make comments like, why don't you go by Appleton? Why don't you go by Appleton? Hey, everybody, welcome to the live. Welcome, community. Yes, let's join together and talk with each other. Give the heart, share the love. When you give the hearts, because you love me, thank you, Trinity, but because the content, the things that I'm saying, if it feeds your soul, show some love, give some likes, because that tells TikTok to push the live to other people. So your hearts warm my heart. So anyway, my husband was like, why don't you go by Appleton? And I was just like, I don't want people to know my legal name. And so when I was on the art side, Lonee Taylor Art is my art page. I was Lonee Taylor, And at the time, I wasn't enough in my feminine energy to understand that my husband was expressing to me that he wanted me to carry his last name, that that's a pride point for him. And I thought, well, shoot, I'm Lonee Appleton on paper. I'm Lonee Appleton, you know, in a government office. I'm Lonee Appleton at the school, you know, but my public persona is, you know, Lonnie Taylor. But when I came over here and I started building this brand, and as the Appletons and the Appletons, well, we're the Appletons. So I'm Lonee Appleton. And when I started doing that, I told my husband, I was like, well, you'll be happy to know I'm going by Lonee Appleton now. And he was like, finally. And when he said finally, I realized my going by Lonnie Taylor for my art, I'm thinking professionally, like Beyonce's Beyonce. She's not Beyonce Carter, you know, and I'm not comparing myself to her. What I'm saying is, as you build a brand, you go by a specific name. A lot of people who are, like, I don't think Chameleonaire's mama named him Chameleonaire is what I'm saying. So I didn't think I was doing anything wrong. But as I come into this space, especially since my brand is building and understanding my family and receiving people's handle with care instructions and understanding, when my husband communicated, oh, you're going to go by Taylor, my husband was really saying, you know, I would like for you to carry my name, but he wasn't, you know, secure enough in his feminine energy, because men have feminine energy too. Males have feminine energy too. He wasn't secure enough in his feminine energy to be like, hey, I would really love for you to go by my last name. So sometimes with our spouses, I'm going to try to be as gender neutral in my language, but no, I'm not being exclusive. I'm just speaking my reality from my perspective. And you can then transfer that into your reality and your perspective. You know, we have to understand a lot of times with our men, they're unaware that they can even tap into their feminine energy. They don't think that that's a thing for them because they associate feminine energy with femininity, and those are two different things. And so our men are a lot harder than they need to be. How you doing, Patricia? Yes. I ain't seen that yellow skirt in a while. How you doing, sis? Yes. I love, if y'all change y'all's Avies, I'm going to be so lost because I recognize patterns. You know what I'm saying? So Coco, she had this, you know how they have these default things? She had this default thing for a while, and then she finally switched it to a picture of herself, and she hopped on my live, and I was like, oh, I have a friend named Coco on here, and she was like, this is me. I was like, oh, you changed your Avi. And so I'm talking to her, telling her about her. You know, like, oh, you know, there's some other lady on here I talked to named Coco, and she probably sitting there like, sis, it's me. She changed her Avi on me. I was like, who this? Brand new number. What is it? New number, who this? I'm trying to get my sis and cuz watching you because they could really do with ya. I was so honored that your mother was on the live the other day, Trinity. Thank you so much for sharing me with your community. I was like, oh, shoot, I got generations on the live. Let's go. All right, so I wanted to talk about my dislike for TikTok. I don't want to get shadow banned. I grew yesterday, because those of you who've been rocking with me, you understand that TikTok gonna ding me, TikTok gonna ding me, and TikTok gonna find another way to ding me. So if we look at life with the bumpers, right? So here I am trying to figure out how to navigate TikTok. Take try out of it. I am figuring out how to navigate TikTok. And I am upset that I cannot take my standard behaviors into this new space. And so I am mad at this new space. And please, those of you who are unfamiliar with me, understand that when I'm talking about something, I am not talking about that for you. I am telling my story, and it is your job, especially if you are in earshot, don't take anything for granted. It is your job. Ooh, I love the energy that is on me today. Yes, can we say hey for energy? Yesterday, I got refilled after having just a knocked out of me from TikTok. But God came to me, spirit, ancestors, however you want to work it, because I said at my altar, I believe yesterday, days run into each other, but I sat in my altar and I was like, I don't even know what I'm doing at this altar, but I know that I'm supposed to show up for myself, so I'm here. And something that I'm learning with my altar is in everything, if you just show up for yourself, and that's something that I want to talk about, spirit, awakening. You know, you just show up for yourself. I think that the thing is, everybody has all these rituals that you're supposed to do, right? You know, you're supposed to bring offerings. You're supposed to do these things. You're supposed to. But everybody has a different list of supposed to's. But I think there's an original list somewhere. So everybody has their own list of supposed to's, but there's some requirements in there too. I don't know what the altar situation is supposed to be. So that has always been my hesitation of showing up at my ancestral altar, is because I'm like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm just sitting here like, how y'all doing? How's the weather up there or down there, depending on where you went, how you believe, how y'all doing. And so it's easy for me not to show up because there's not a set order for things to happen. I'm a linear person in the respect that, A goes to B, goes to C, goes to D. And once I figure out A, B, C, D, then I could remix it and make it my own. But I need the A, B, C, D to get started. I need my goddamn training wheels. I need my spirituality training wheels. And I got some spirituality training wheels. If you are new to your journey, what's the best that can happen? Available at LoneeTaylorArt.com or on Amazon. Just make sure the seller is Lonee Taylor. These are your spiritual training wheels. This is me documenting my spiritual awakening. But I really wanted to talk about that. But I'm going to finish the revelation that I had with TikTok. Man, but the point is, never take anything that I say verbatim. Hear it from your spirit. Process it through your soul. Those of you who don't know, check out my content because I want to talk about this. What I received was, I am trying to bring old behaviors, old thinking, old habits into a new space. And because this new space won't embrace me, because this new space keeps penalizing me, because I'm not moving the way that this new space wants me to move, now I have a problem with the new space. So instead of checking myself and altering my behaviors and how I move in this particular space, this space is giving me everything that I've ever wanted. This space is giving me everything I've ever needed. Everything I've desired, this space is giving me. But I have a problem with this space because this space is not allowing me to be me how I am today, which means I must change and evolve in order to thrive in this space. So if we could take this away from TikTok and let's think about life. We meet new people, we get new opportunities, and all these different things are evolving and changing in our lives. But because we are not evolving and changing, we are bringing our old attitudes and behaviors into this new space. And we are bumping up against this new space because this new space has a different set of standards. This new space has a different set of rules. And we're upset because we're like, yo, this is how I move. This is how I vibe, and I want to be me. And this new space is like, I get it. You can be you, but you need to be you within my standards. So this is what we need to be doing with people. This is what we need to be doing with friendships. This is what we need to be doing with relationships. We need to have our standards up front. TikTok has their standards up front. Sis, you can't talk the way that you're used to talking. I'm sorry. We're going to ding you. So if I meet somebody and say, yo, I don't want you to speak to me that way. I know that you spoke to everybody prior to me the way that you speak. It's beautiful. I'm sure those relationships are wonderful. But if you want a relationship with me, you must speak to me in the way that I want to be spoken to. And that's pretty much what TikTok is saying. So I have been fighting this, and I was like, soon as I could run my ass to YouTube. Why? Because YouTube has lower standards. So let's think about this. We find someone who treats us exactly how we want to be treated. We find someone that gives us the freedom to be ourselves, but with some guidelines. You ain't going to be willy-nilly out here. You can be yourself, but respect me in being yourself. We find someone that just is perfect for us and opens up. Just association with this person has opened up so many doors for us. Just being associated with my husband has really, like I said, I was going like this. I don't even know what that word means, but I know what that word, I can't use it. Reciprocity. I've heard it and I'm familiar with it. To reciprocate, to give and take. Okay, I had to go to the root word. I got you. You know, my life was going like this before my husband. My husband's life was going like this. He had a little bit, you know, but when we got together, we skyrocketed. We came together and we gave each other exactly what we needed to go where we needed to go. And that's exactly what TikTok is doing for me. And I'm upset. So we have to understand that when we meet people and we come into different situations, they're going to have their own set of standards, especially now that we have our own set of standards. We may not have had our set of standards before, but damn it, we have our set of standards now. We have our set of standards and we're coming in off top like, boom, I accept you for you, but you need to tweak it a little bit for me because this is how I need to be treated. And they're like, cool. I love that you allow me to be me and I could elevate. Ain't nothing wrong with changing a little bit about me. And here's what I need in order to rock with you. And you're like, cool. Because ain't nothing wrong with me elevating. I'm going to do what's necessary to be within your orbit. In TikTok, I have decided that I'm willing to do what's necessary to be in your orbit. So if you don't want me to use certain language, if you don't want me to talk about certain topics, it's cool. Those are the videos that I could go, you know, post over with my ain't got no standard ass girlfriend over there, YouTube. I'm gonna go around with YouTube. That's gonna be my side thing. And I know I shouldn't joke about that, but hey, let's tell a joke. We can have a personality and we can laugh about the hypocrisies of life, right? So my side chick YouTube over there who ain't got no standards, who gonna let me just run through her, I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna post whatever the hell I want to. I'm post whatever the hell I want to over there on YouTube. But TikTok got some goddamn standards. And she's a little uptight. She a little bougie. And she get on my goddamn nerves. Because every time I'm like, yo, ladies, this is dope as fuck. TikTok's like, yeah, but I don't like it. Can you tone it down a little bit? I'm like, okay, I really want to rock with you, so I'm going to tone it down. I'm going to do what's necessary in order to be in your life. Those who want to be in your life will do what's necessary. Understand that. So those of us who are tiptoeing and trying to figure out and, you know, we're shrinking ourselves to be around people and we're not being ourselves because we don't want to run them off. I can't be my authentic self because it might be too much for them. No, don't shrink yourself for nobody. Those who want to be around you, those who want to experience you will do what's necessary to be around you. You know what I'm saying? I want TikTok. Me and TikTok, I saw somebody, she posted a video where she was talking about these different apps and the types of relationships, and that's probably where this sprawled from. But I'm with her. I'm in it bad with TikTok. Like, don't quit me, TikTok. You know what I'm saying? So I'm doing what's necessary to get what I want. True selfishness is selflessness. T-shirt available at LoneeTaylorArt.com. In order to get what I want from TikTok, I'm going to clean up my mouth. I'm going to clean up my act. Boom, you got me. And I don't hate this app. I love this app because this app is changing my life. This is the tool that God has chosen to allow me to be able to do what I know that I'm here to do. So how can I hate it just because I can't be reckless with my mouth? I got a problem with you because I can't talk to you reckless? Real talk? Me and Dre went through that. Dre was like, I don't even know how to talk to you anymore. Well, how about you stop being reckless with your mouth? I stopped being reckless with my mouth. If you check us out over there with my side piece, YouTube, As the Apple Turns, 2019 is when we started our family channel. You listen to how me and Dre talk to each other. We're real reckless with our mouths. But because we started off friends and we started off on each other's heads, our relationship, look, when you approach a friendship totally different than you approach a relationship. And that's why I say be friends first. Because all those different walls that you put up and all these different, no, don't do that you put in place when someone is romantically pursuing you, you don't put that up with friends. You allow a friend to be themselves and you accept them. Now we know that we can have some standards with the acceptance of our friends, right? So we know that now, but we also accept our friends. Dre and I would not be together if we weren't friends first, because I would not have accepted him as a potential spouse, period. And I would have missed out on the best man of my life because he was not packaged in the package that I said, this is the package that's for me. And so when I changed my standard of care instructions, or my handle with care instructions, and I was like, hey, I don't want to be spoken to that way anymore. You got to stop being reckless with your mouth when you speak to me. He's like, well, I don't know what to say to you. I was like, if you can't figure out how to talk to me because you can't talk to me any other way, there's a growth opportunity there. So I just wanted to get into that, as we established the audience and people became aware that I'm here, that I no longer dislike TikTok. I need to learn how to work with TikTok, and I need to evolve and grow myself so that I can thrive with TikTok. And again, I'm not talking about TikTok. If you are in any type of situation where you don't like it because you have to change and evolve in order to thrive, that is a growth opportunity. That is not an opportunity for you to now turn around, tuck tail, and go back to what's easy for you. No, if you are in a challenging situation, that is now your time to come into that situation, evolve yourself, and grow. So now you can thrive in this situation, because chances are your previous situation, you probably weren't even thriving in it. I wasn't thriving in YouTube. I think I got 500 followers on As the Apple Turns, and I got 11 followers on Lonee Appleton Lives. Make sure you go check me out and follow on Lonee Appleton Lives. I repost all of my lives there. I wasn't thriving over there, but I'm more willing to go to a place that I wasn't thriving. You're more willing to go back to a relationship where you weren't thriving, instead of coming to a space that forces you to grow in order to thrive. So pay attention to that. My TikTok shop revelation yesterday, my energy was just messed up. I hit that wall with the TikTok shop. They said I can't set up my TikTok shop because I got too many community guideline violations. And I was like, man, this freaking app just stay on my head. It just don't like me. And I'm looking at all these roadblocks that are coming before me, and this procrastination and dragging my feet and absence of energy, but saying this might be the thing that's going to pull me out of this financial space. So I'm like, is this me pursuing something, or is this divine? Is this divinity that's saying this is the thing that I'm bringing to you for your next? I don't know. I still don't know. But what I do know is what I realized, sorry, I was reading the screen. What I realized with this TikTok shop is, if it's meant to be, it will be. Me getting upset, me getting down, this is the absence of me controlling my emotions. There's always work to be done. To allow a roadblock to take the wind out of my sails is me allowing a circumstance to manipulate my energy. And that is a space that I want to fly above. I no longer want to allow circumstances to manipulate my energy. So this whole TikTok shop thing, if it's meant to be, it will be. And if it's not, then it's not for me. And I have to be okay with that. And I have to know whatever the solution is to this space that my family is in was not that. So it is my job to continue to pursue and continue to figure this thing out, and to continue to grow in faith, and to continue to know that in between, my family is covered. Every month we haven't known how we're going to pay our rent, but we've paid our rent. Every month we haven't known how we're going to do something, but we've done it. And so it is my job to develop the faith to know that it is done. So this is, what if your work is bigger than their shop? Sis, I'm so happy you're here today. My work is bigger than their shop. This vision, I am in God mode. I am. Thank you. Thank you for feeding into me, y'all. Yo, this what we're doing here, and I say we. Because what I realized is either in my journey, in this journey, I am either behind you or I'm just ahead of you. And I'll explain that deeper. But what I'm saying is what we are doing here is global. What we are doing here is about to change the world. And I'm not talking about nothing else except for as we continue to realize our power, as we continue to realize who we are, as we continue to realize that we are all connected and we are all the collective, as we continue to wake up to our divinity or our God mode, we're not keeping that to ourselves. Who's keeping that to themselves? Who's keeping how amazing life can be to themselves? If you are, you're probably not in this community because that's not what we do here. So this is going to catch fire and it's going to burn hot and it's going to burn heavy and it's going to burn for a lifetime because we are changing our lives. So yes, what I have is bigger than their shop. Now, I'm going to tell you, Pat, I was tripping on, okay, I need an income. This TikTok shop showed up. I was like, this is perfect. I could get on this live and sell shit all day. I could get on this live and sell stuff all day. That's what I do. And when I realized, and I was having a conversation with someone and I had this revelation before they said it. So when they said it, it was just confirmation. Understand when you are talking to someone and they say something that you've been thinking about, that means that your spirit is talking through them. I'm not saying this the way that I want to say it, but what I'm saying is your question is being answered through somebody. If you're talking to someone and you've been contemplating it and you see a billboard that says something that answers your question or confirms what you've been thinking, God is talking to you through that vessel. Confirmation. So when you're talking to someone, it's not, oh yeah, I know. It's confirmation. So I'm talking to this individual and I've been contemplating. I was like, you know what? If someone else recommended Lonee Taylor art merch, people would be like, oh, let me go check that out. If somebody recommended one of my books, hold up, boom. If someone recommended one of my books, people be like, yo, let me go check it out. But because I'm saying, hey, you should buy my book. Check it out. It's a dope ass book. You're going to be like, okay, I'll do it. But if somebody else tells you about it, it's really weird. It's some sort of dynamic that goes on with us. I don't know what it is, but it's something that I recognize. If somebody recommends something, you somehow trust the referral or recommendation, the person who's recommending it to you. Because you trust that person, you trust the recommendation. And it's not that you don't trust me, it's that, oh, she's selling herself. She's selling something. So you diminish something. I don't know what happened, but when I was talking to my friend, they said the exact same thing. She was like, you know, when someone recommends something versus blah, 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 I was like, man, I've been thinking that now. I don't know what it is. But there's something in our psychology that we are more apt to go check something out. Yo, did you see such and such on Netflix or whatever streaming service? You go check it out. But we don't check things out because of whatever. I don't know, but there's something there. So, TikTok shop. I can sell other people's stuff. But when I say, hey, go check out LoneeTaylorArt.com for your merch, you know, go pick up your copy of What's the Best That Can Happen. Go pick up your copy of the Domino series. You know, people are like, yeah, I will get to it. But if someone's like, girl, I read this book and Sherry, she was tripping. Man, you got to check that book out. You go pick it up at buybooksontheweb.com. So it's not that they can't stop. Let's talk about spiritual awakening. I'm dropping some videos right now on charisma. Y'all remember a couple, it may have been videos or it may have been on a live. I know I recorded some videos a while back when I first started, and I spoke about a singing group that I came in contact with, ambiguously, which means topically. I just said there was a group that I was standing next to outside of the Staples Center. I retold the story. I'm not sure if I told the story on live or if I told the story in video where I actually named the group. It was Destiny's Child. I was standing next to Destiny's Child outside of the Staples Center, and I was expressing the fact that they had no star power. They had none of that energy. They were standing there and people were just walking by them because they were expecting to be recognized by their faces. Hey, we're Destiny's Child. Come and get an autograph. But nobody cared at the time, because they had just, I don't know if they had went through the group member changes at this point or not, but they weren't who they became at this point. And I don't know if you guys remember when I said I'm going to figure out what energy they tapped into that took them from the 4 girls or 3. It wasn't 3, it was 4. But I don't remember if it was the original 2 or the second 2. Anyway, how they went from the 4 girls standing outside of the Staples Center trying to get noticed to now Beyonce will sell out the Staples Center in 10 minutes. How did they go through? How did they do that? What energy did they tap into that they went from obscurity to where they are? I told you I was going to figure that energy out. The videos that I'm dropping right now on charisma, I figured that shit out because I was sitting there. Well, it's explained in my videos, so I'm not going to re-explain what's in my videos. But what I'm going to say is charisma. There is something that happens as you pursue something. And I don't know, because I remember when I was in church and they would talk about the gifts of the Spirit. And I was like, well, I know my gift of the Spirit is I'm a writer. I'm an author. And I was just like, okay, how come I identified my gift of the Spirit, but I've written these books and they're not doing anything. Hello, what's supposed to happen? You know what I'm saying? And so what I realized is you tap into all these different things. I'm good at a lot of things. All of these things are gifts of the Spirit, but all of these things are manifestations. Boom, boom. All of these things are manifestations of your gift of the Spirit. Every single thing that I've done has always rooted back to my desire to help people. I did not do art because I'm an artist. I've been an amazing tracer. That's why I replicate portraits. Check out my art. Sundays, I drop art. So either wait for Sunday or check me out at Lonee Taylor Art on another TikTok page or other social medias. But anyway, I didn't do art because I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be an artist. I did art because I was like, well, the way that it happened, it was weird. But once I got into it, I did it because I wanted to make people feel better. My philosophy when I was doing art was, if I don't bring the gift recipient to tears, I did not do my job. Which means that my art piece evokes so much emotion, either the art itself or what it represents. I tapped into something within the recipient and it evoked emotion. If I don't evoke emotion, I didn't do my job. And so that is what I did with art. I wasn't out here just making art. I was out here moving people. When I wrote these books, I didn't write these books to write books. Of course I wanted to sell. Of course, Lord, can you imagine if I had to be an artist for a living? I would be miserable. Could you imagine if I had to be an author for a living? I would be miserable. I wrote these 2 books, this last one in 2013. I wrote these 2 books and I ain't been able to write a book since. But can you imagine if I had contracts where I had to write books? I would be trapped. Something that I did out of passion, out of love, after moving in spirit. If I would have achieved my vision and dream of being a famous author, I would be trapped in the space of being an author. That's why some of the things that you visualize for yourself and you feel this is my thing, Spirit's like, this is a thing. This is a manifestation. Do not get trapped in the manifestation. Allow the manifestation to manifest. live in it, give thanks and gratitude that it was able to be developed, because what were the lessons that you learned while it was manifesting? I really didn't understand that we're supposed to be learning things along the journey until art. So I really can't tell you what I learned from writing these books. I could tell you from art. I learned patience. I learned perseverance. I learned to see myself. Because people are like, oh my God, your art is so good. And I would look at my art and say, it's all right. I could get better. But through art, I became able to see myself as other people see me. And I started to see my art and I'd be like, actually, this shit is dope as fuck. It is. And I did that. So I can now take that seeing myself how other people see me, because we always see ourselves at a different level than other people see us. Guys, make sure you're liking. If I say something, please, the hearts tell TikTok to share. Please make sure that you are sharing the link so that the community can grow. And please talk in the comments to each other. Get to know each other. We are a bunch of dope-ass humans coming together in this community. I can take all of the lessons from art and I can now, I know. If you listening, you listening. I'm just letting you know, look, I don't know how to work live. I don't know how to work social media. I did not learn how to work social media until I came to TikTok. Actually, right before TikTok, there's a lady by the name Shay Dion. She's in my friends. I don't know if you can search, but anyway, she's dope. She taught me how to use social media because she introduced me to Facebook Reels. And she was like, okay, there's a whole system, to grow yourself. And so she taught me that. And I took that philosophy. Again, all we're doing is soaking up game. I have a chapter in my book. I was looking at it today because I'm going to film a commercial. It says, the purpose is your purpose, your life purpose. Apparently, I knew what life purpose was in 2013. I'm going to read this chapter because I'm curious. I know that the purpose of life today, and it can change and it can evolve. I know that the purpose of life today is to soak up game, period. T-shirt available at LoneeTaylorArt.com. Soak up game, period. So I took the art, I took the different things that I've done in life, and I take those lessons. When Shay taught me the lessons of how to navigate Facebook Reels, I brought that philosophy over to TikTok, and I was able, I'm an Aries, I was able to make it pop over here. I had no success over there on Facebook. Facebook was mechanical, which means you comment, I comment. You comment, I comment. That's all I can do is laugh. Yeah, I'm an Aries. It was mechanical. There was no relationship over there. But I was able to take the tools and I was able to take the mechanics of working over there, over here, and I made it pop. I'm able to build a community over here because the thing that was missing over there on Facebook was relationship. Over here, we are building relationships, associations, friendships, whatever you want to call them. We are building something over here. But I was able to take those tools and apply them over here. Everything you're saying resonates so strongly, so beautiful. I'm happy that you tuned in today because I am on one today. The energy is pumping today and I'm in love with the energy and I'm going to give it all to you guys. All right, so I wrote these 2 books. And I just knew when I wrote this one, this was the first one that I wrote, available at buybooksontheweb.com. This was the first book that I wrote. This poured out of me in 2 weeks. My cousin said something to me about some girl who contracted HIV and she was spreading it around. And I was like, oh, that's a crazy story. I'm going to tell it. 2 weeks, wrote this book. It poured out of me. I was aware of channeling at the time. I don't know if I was channeling, but I definitely know that this was given to me. And this is divine. But, I was also trying to compete with Zane and all those different things. I even contacted Zane's media person or whatever they're called, the representative. I don't know what the word is. And they pretty much just laughed at me. I was like, you didn't even look at the book. You didn't look at the treatment. You just laughed at me because you got a good thing going. But if you would have built up your roster, you would have had me on your roster. But can't publicist. Thank you, babe. But, they laughed at me and said, yeah, we're good. But the fact that they even contacted me back, they could have left me hanging. Man, I was trying hard to be an author. Thank God that didn't pull through, because again, I would be locked. I would be trapped into a career that was just a piece of the puzzle. Like Pat said, them in hair, it's just a piece of the puzzle. And so I wrote this, and I just knew that this was it. This is one of 5 books. I've only written one because I was only supposed to write one. Several years later, this one came out of me. I was in my spiritual evolution, and the same thing I'm doing here, and that's why we're back to spiritual awakening, and charisma. Got to get back to that. Anyway, let me write that down, charisma. I think I finished charisma. It's what I watched Beyonce tap into. Beyonce did not have charisma, and I don't know if it's the root word or it's just a byproduct. I don't know the language, but charisma is chemistry. Chemistry is science. We whipping it in the kitchen, and we making, and we taking all them separate ingredients, and we mixing them up, and we making them do what they do, and we're making them pop. And when that boil starts bubbling, and when that brew starts brewing, and you start smelling all those good things coming together and coming into and making what it is, that is charisma. And that is what I watched Beyonce tap into. And when I say I watched Beyonce, I saw her in front of the Staples Center. She had 0 charisma, but she kept putting ingredients in her pot. She kept making it pop. She kept doing what it do. She kept climbing and believing in herself and growing in belief. Let's stop telling people they're conceited. If it's trumped up and they're just pretending, yes, that's conceit. But if they are doing the work and they are saying who the fuck they are, and we need the community, that's why we are the collective. That's why I say us, because I wouldn't know who I am without you. How do I know who I am without you? Or with you or without you? Because you are here. If I was sitting here talking to myself, I would not know who I was. Thank you guys for inviting people to the live. Thank you for sharing the live and liking the live. I appreciate it. I wouldn't be able to do what I do without you. And what I'm doing is sharing knowledge, and I'm helping people evolve and grow. And this is the first time I did it. And it's crazy because I realized that I have been documenting my spiritual evolutions throughout my life. And I didn't know that's what I was doing. I just thought I was being an author. I thought I was writing a book. I am. I just know things. Sis, I don't know how I know. I have not read any. I've read books in the past, but the books that I've read were like how to tap into your intuition, and am I clairvoyant or am I clairsentient, or, all those different things. Trying to figure out how to read minds. Those are the books that I'm reading. Tap into your intuition. So the things that I'm saying today, but it is crazy. I found a video. I'm going to post it. I do Throwback Thursdays now. I'm going to post it on a Thursday. I had a conversation with Dre where I was talking about why is he a good man, but how did he become a good man? And I was asking the question. I was like, is it nature? Hey, CCK, TX. How you doing? Is it nature or is it nurture? Is he a good man because he's innately a good person, or did he learn how to be a good person? Now, this was back in 2022 when I had this conversation with him, I believe. I don't remember the date stamp on it, but I didn't know. But I was questioning it, right? I was asking the questions. Did he become who he became because someone fed in him to become that way, or was he just born that way? And the reason why I ask, are you born that way? Because we have a man problem. I'm sorry. Women, we got work to do too. Let's call a thing a thing. We're a part of the problem, but we have a man problem, and it's fucking serious. We need to check how we are raising our sons. And I said it in that video. I knew in 2022 what I have an understanding of today. I didn't understand it then, but it was still something I was thinking about. You know what I'm saying? So it was still something I was thinking about. And I'm pondering, I'm questioning, I'm trying to figure shit out. So the stuff that I'm talking about now, I've just known, but I don't know how I know. I'm just thinking, I'm trying to figure. I don't remember when, but I remember saying, I'm going to figure life out. I'm so sick of being miserable. I'm so sick of being unhappy. If this is life, what the fuck is the point? Like, what is the point? Really? On this goddamn hamster wheel? What is the point? I was like, I'm going to figure this out. If there is a point, I'm going to figure it out. And something that you guys will realize about me is if I say I'm going to figure something out, I'm going to figure something out. I wrote in my journal a while back, I was like, I'm going to figure out what it's like. I'm going to figure out how to be wealthy. I'm going to figure out how it is, what it feels like to be wealthy. Which means, because every time in my life that I have said I'm going to figure something out, I have been provided the opportunity to figure it out. So I was like, game recognizes game, universe. I'm about to figure out what it's like to be wealthy. I sure am. Let's make this thing pop. You know what I'm saying? And so I said I was going to figure out what energy Beyonce tapped into, and several days later, I figured out it was charisma. Sorry, my daughter sent me a text. The quicker you let go of it, it explodes. Boom. The vision I had last night, and while my energy is on 10 right now, Natasha, sis, friend, the reason why my energy is on 10 right now, the vision I had yesterday, I had a vision that, because I've been like, man, I just need, all right, sis, I'm sorry, I just jumped into sis mode. But the vision that I received yesterday, I was like, I just need one video to go viral. I just need one video to go viral. If one video goes viral, then the world will know I'm out here. You know, things will be able to, because at the end of the day, I need to be supported by this. If I'm not supported by this, my family is looking at me as my family literally is drowning financially. And they're like, sis, get a job. And I'm like, but God said. They're like, you ain't Rick Ross, get a job. And so I'm like, but I'm being led. But I question it because of present circumstances. Present circumstances take you off your square every time, especially if you're single. And that's why the plot for us to stay single is so thick and deep. So thick and deep. We have to be single out here because we can never get a footing. Some of us do. But the number of us that can get a footing financially to be able to start supporting, because unfortunately, the way that this world, and I'm theorizing, the way that this world is set up is it's money. And I'm looking at the word money on the wall, so I know I'm talking about what I'm talking about. It's money. Money makes the world go round. But if we are all out here separate, we are using our individual resources to try to fuel our visions. But we don't have enough. We have to use our money to live. And then after we use our money to live, we have to use our money to save for the day that the money might be funny. And after we use our money to save, we have to use our money to have fun. Because what the fuck is the meaning of life if all I'm doing is making money to live and to save? I want to have some fun too. Even if that fun is just going to get your nails done because that's something you enjoy doing. That's a luxury for some people. That's a luxury for me right now. To go get my nails and my feet done, that's $100 trip. And that's before the tip. You know what I'm saying? So our money has to stretch so many different ways. So when our money runs out, it's not there to fuel our visions. And that's why the push for us to, as soon as we turn 18, move out. That's why the push for us to stay dysfunctional is there. That's why we gotta not get along. That's why our homes gotta be broken. That's why we gotta struggle. That's why the struggle is real. That's why the motherfucking struggle is real. Why is the struggle real? Because we cannot come together. And together we are better. Together we are stronger. My stepson, Andre, wants to go to Africa next year. And we're going to do it. I don't know how, but we're going to do it. And he's like, how much are passports? I'm like, $160 a piece. And he's like, okay, 4 more kids need passports. The adults have passports. We need to get passports for the kids. Blah, blah, blah. He's like, I'm getting everybody passports because we're going to Africa. I'll pay for 90% of it, but we need to get to Africa. Blah, blah, blah. That's what he wants to do. I was like, we will figure it out. I don't know how it's going to happen, but a lot can change overnight when you're thinking right. That's what a Exhibit said, and I believe it to be true. And if we ain't listening to Exhibit, we listening to Glorilla, where what she say? I don't give a fuck about credit. I'm gonna be rich as fuck tomorrow. Whoever you listening to, listen. Life can change overnight. No, I don't believe in overnight success. I believe that anyone who achieves success has been putting in work since day one, whatever day one is. I could think that day one is started in December or November when I started my TikTok account. Is that day one? No, because I've been putting in work. I've been putting in work. When I was 15 years old and nobody liked me, and I was like, man, I need to figure out why I ain't got no friends. I need to develop a likable personality. And I started evaluating myself and trying to figure out why nobody liked me. But in studying myself, I began healing myself. I didn't know what I was doing. I was doing it because I wanted friends. No, you were doing it because today you can sit here and you can tell other people how to figure themselves out. That's why you were doing it. Don't pay attention to the motivation of why you're doing something. Just do it if you're told. And I've been told. I was talking about getting your nails done, money. Yeah, boom. So we got to stay together. We have to stick together. We have to work together. Carby said in the live yesterday, her daughter said, am I going to have to move out when I'm 18? And she was like, heck no. You stay here. When my daughter turned 18, it used to be, well, when you turn 18, I want you to turn over 30% of your check so you can learn how to start living off of 30% of your income because I want you to be able to blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I won't spend your money. I'll just put it in a savings account. And when you're ready to move out, you could just take your money and use that as whatever you need to use it as. But I wanted to take 30% of her income so she got used to living off of 30% of her income. But nah, you ain't got to pay no bills up in here. She helps. I remember the other day somebody sent me one of those audios where it was like, take 2 steps forward if you've ever had to help pay your parents, ever help pay the bills. Take 2 steps forward if you ever had to worry about your phone getting disconnected and all these different things. And I was listening to that. I was like, damn, Bailey almost made it out without having to help pay for bills. Almost. And I felt bad about it. But I was like, yo, why do I feel bad about that? Why do I feel bad? First of all, I think there's a difference between you need to pay bills up in here. When I lived with my aunt, when I was 16 years old, I was required to pay $300 in rent every month. Everybody was supposed to pay rent. I was the only one who was forced to pay rent or get out. Her daughters paid. Sometimes they didn't, sometimes they didn't. But every month on the first, she was like, you got your rent? I was like, damn. And I'm sitting there looking at the hypocrisies. I was like, you ain't asked your daughters if they got their rent, but you coming to me and asking me if I got my rent. But you love me and I'm one of your daughters. But you're not treating me like them. Here's your raggedy ass $300. You know what I'm saying? So, I've been paying rent since I was 16. I've been paying bills since I was 14. And we always, we use our ability to survive the struggle as a badge of honor. Man, I've been working since I was 11. Ooh. That's unfortunate that your childhood was taken from you since you were 11. I'm impressed. But I really wish you could have been an 11-year-old and experienced life from an 11-year-old. But when you think about life journeys, I've been on my own pretty much since I was 8. I was sheltered, but I was raising myself. And I stand proud in my ability to raise myself. I am who I am today because I got it out the mud for real, for real. Everything I know. Ain't nobody told me. I figured that shit out. But I really hate that I didn't have a childhood. I think I deserved a childhood. And that's why I don't even know what a childhood looks like to give to my kids. There's things that I've wanted to do, but I haven't been able to do it. Hey, Carby, there's things that I want to do that I haven't been able to do because financials. But I don't even know how to give my kids a childhood because I never had one. And I could look out into the world. Well, a childhood looks like after school activities, and childhood looks like, going on vacations and all these different things that cost money. Well, I don't have money. So now how do I give my kids a childhood? There's so much more. I'm giving my kids a childhood now, which means I got 18 years to get my kids where they need to go. I got 18 years to grow out of these four seeds that have been planted into my body. I have 18 years to grow the fuck out of them. Am I going to grow some weeds, or am I going to grow some beautiful plants that yield more beautiful plants? I want to grow plants. Beautiful. And I know weeds are plants, but I want beautiful ones. And I'm not saying weeds aren't beautiful, but y'all understand what the hell I'm doing. I'm feeding into my goddamn kids, and that's giving them a childhood, giving them structure, feeding into them the things that they need in order to be successful. A childhood should be, fun activities and all those other things, but a childhood should be being raised in a loving, supporting environment that allows you to be yourself and allows you to thrive. Who said my kids want to take karate? Who said my kids want to take gymnastics? Who said my kids want to travel? Just because society says that's what an exciting childhood is, who said? Maybe my kids just want to have relationships with their people and know how to be decent human beings. We don't know. We got to talk to them. But I'm sitting here and I'm feeling bad because I cannot provide my kids with what I believe a childhood is. But what can I give them? What can I give them and give them 100% of that? So the spiritual awakening, something that I realize is we are all on a journey. It is just the level of awareness that we have. The level of awareness that we have. Because I'm sitting here and I'm watching all of you. And I'm seeing myself in you. And I think that's why we're attracting to each other, because we're all at different stages in our journey. And you see me and I see you. And either you see that I am boop, 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 steps behind you, or I see your boop, 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 steps behind me. I can't recognize who's ahead of me. And it's not ahead, behind, but this is just the language that I have to explain this. Because I'm looking at this young lady, I'm looking at Carby, I'm looking at all of you, and I'm like, you're doing what I did, so I know where you're headed, because everything is A leads to B, leads to C, leads to D. Like, there's formulas to this. There's a formula. When I told you I'm going to figure life out, I'm going to figure this shit out, and there's a formula, and I'm figuring it out. This is some weird stuff that we are experiencing right now. It does. It's just a hamster wheel. It's reciprocal. It's over and over and over again. So what I'm going through, you're going through, they're going through, we're going through. And if we just talked about it, we can learn from each other, which is what we're doing here. This is why this is so beautiful. That's why this is going to go global. Because we are learning from each other. And why, if you found a space that you can learn and grow from, like Trinity said earlier, she's trying to get her sister and her cousin up in here because they could benefit from this. Why, if you know someone can grow from something, do you not share it? You share funny shit, you should share the growth too. So what is happening, and I told this to this individual, I was like, you are me X amount of steps ago. Because she was like, I just found, what's the book? The 4 Agreements. I just found the 4 Agreements at Five Below. And she's like, I'm committed to working the steps. This is the beautiful piece. She said, I'm committed to working the steps of the 4 Agreements. And I'm just sitting there like, what is that? that meme with the little kid that's like, proud mom. I'm sitting there like a proud mom, like, me too, sis. I did that too. And so yesterday, I'm scrolling my Instagram because I'm looking for the first time that Dre rode the Peloton. He almost died. It's hilarious. He almost killed himself on the Peloton. I'm looking for the picture or the video so I could post it on Throwback Thursday. But I find because I document my life. I've always documented my life, and people are like, I'm weird because I'm always documenting. Well, guess what? Now when I tell a story, I got receipts. I can say, yeah, I met this young lady named Dope Soul because we told the exact same joke on a post. And I can show you the picture because I screenshotted it. I document everything. And I thought it was weird, but now I understand it's divine. And so, I see this post where I was like, yo, I have come across the 4 agreements umpteenth time in my life. But this time, I'm going to read it and I'm going to apply the principles. I'm not just going to read it and feel good in the moment. I'm going to read it and I'm going to live it. And I did it. And this is the result. And it's not only the 4 agreements, it's taking something and saying, whatever it is that I read in here, because I know that I was divinely led here, I'm going to read it and I'm going to apply the principles. Not just read it to say I read it. I'm going to read it and I'm going to live it. And when I chose to, available at LoneeTaylorArt.com or Amazon, just make sure the seller is Lonee Taylor. When I decided to read for purpose of evolving my life, it changed my life. And I posted that. So when this young lady is like, I found the 4 agreements and I told myself that I'm going to commit to living whatever it says, I was like, me too. Oh, I see where you're at in your journey. You were not too far behind me, sis, because I did that last June. Not June, but June 22. I did the exact same thing. So something that I realized is a cool factor of thank you for sharing the live, thank you for the love, thank you for the hearts. A cool factor with what we're doing here is you can watch me because I'm the one here. So not me being full of myself, just saying you can watch what's happening here and you can see what's possible, which I've known you can see what's possible. But you can see, hey, Doc, you can see what's possible. And if you're some steps behind me, especially in my transparency, I'm telling you everything that I'm doing. So somewhere I may have said something that you have tried. And you're like, oh, she tried it too. And she made it here. So let me go revisit that. Because she's telling me and she's showing me what's possible. That's all that this is. That's all this community is. This community is possibilities. And because you guys are attracting to me, either because you are behind me in your journey or you're ahead of me in your journey, again, that time is not real. So it really isn't before or after, but I don't have the language to use. And this is universal language that we all can understand. So either you're behind me or you're ahead of me in your journey. And in that, you see yourself in me. And that's how we have connected. So, but because you see yourself in me, you either see the possibilities or you're like, me too, sis. Keep going. Me too, sis. So in that respect, if you see me or you see yourself in me, then now I can encourage you. Keep going, sis. Keep going, Carby. You doing what the fuck you supposed to do. You are well on your way of knowing who the fuck you are. Keep going. You are well on to healing generational trauma within your family. Keep going. You know what I'm saying? I can feed life into you. Now, people who are ahead of me in their journey, and I've been looking at y'all. Look, I have been intimidated by Black women my whole life. Mostly because to be a Black woman is to have your together. Pat, you look like you got your stuff together in your profile picture. You know what I'm saying? So I have been intimidated by Black women my whole life because I have felt monetarily, I have never had my stuff together. Career-wise, I have never had my stuff together. So I get around a bunch of career-driven, financially stable Black women, and I shrink because I feel like I have not accomplished what you all have accomplished. Oh, you're taking them out? Are they faux locks or are they your real locks? I'm thinking about locking again, girl. I can't do nothing with this hair. You know, once I get me a stylist and I can afford to go to the stylist every week, then she could do something with this or he can do something with this. Oh. I was like, oh, that was something. I felt trapped when I cut my locks out because I had, I don't know what it's called, but I couldn't move my arm. It was so tense. I couldn't move my arm. And so I couldn't put my hair up. And so it was on my neck and it was bothering me. And I was like, my God, this fucking hair. I just cut it off. I couldn't get it off. That's how I ended up cutting my locks out because I felt trapped. I just needed my hair off of my neck. So I cut it off. My God, I'm so impulsive. How does my family deal with me? It's ridiculous. They incarnated to me. They knew what they was doing. Anyway, man, I was really interested in what I was talking about too. Somebody tell me what I was talking about. I'm going to read what y'all talking about while somebody reminds me what I was talking about. Welcome everybody. I'm Lonee Appleton. I am a healthy family advocate. This is my life as a classroom. I am here Monday through Saturday, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thank you for joining today, join tomorrow. Use me like a podcast and just listen in the background. I'm going to spit some hot fire for you. As long as you keep evolving. Exactly. Yes. You see. Yes. So I can encourage those who are coming up behind me and the ones ahead of me. I've always questioned why you guys, because Black women intimidated. Boom. Always been intimidated by y'all powerful beings. Y'all are some powerful motherfuckers. Yes, you are. And you know it. It's just tapping into your divinity. Tap into your divinity. You guys have perfected the spirit world. Now let's tap into the spirit. And I mean the soul world and get your divinity right. And divinity isn't just your spirit connection. Your spirit connection is going to tell you how to just revamp your whole life. And once you revamp your whole life, my God, y'all pretending happy now. Y'all pretending fulfilled now. Not all of you, but someone out there. Y'all faking it. But when I tell you what's possible, because I'm steps ahead of you to let you know that what you're pretending to be, you can actually be if you keep doing it and tap into that charisma. Get into that chemistry. You know, sis had the bar. Anyway, you know, so I look at you guys and I'm like, why do I have all these different women in my audience? What in the world can I bring to them? They got it all together. My ass over here, you know, barely living. What I got to bring to your table? But I had to realize there's something that you see in me. So you either see your potential in me or you see my potential in you. That made sense to who it needs to make sense to. So you guys are watching me because you're like, I know where she's headed. And this is a damn good show because I've done it before. And I could actually feed into her. That's why y'all keep telling me, keep going, sis, just keep going. And I think you're just being encouraging. No, you know what the fuck's going on. You know. And you are angels. And what did you call them earlier? Confirmation. But that's not the word I want. You guys are messengers. You're here to tell me, keep the faith, keep going. Keep the faith, keep going. I've been there. When Felicia messaged me, I'm going to go get Sis's book. When Felicia messaged me and she said, yo, can I send you my book? She was a messenger. And I'm going to get this book because this is proving my point. So it's important. So let me go get this important piece. I appreciate you guys. Don't go away. I'll sing in the background. I want to be loved by you. Yo, stop yelling. y'all stop yelling. I want to be loved by you. Nobody else but you. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed my singing. When Felicia messaged me and said, can I send you my book? I was like, sure. Felicia saw me because she was ahead of me in this journey. She saw herself in me. She saw me in her. And she was like, I bet you this can help her. And when I tell you, I devoured this book, and devour doesn't mean I went cover to cover. No, I read the first 50 pages, and I did a whole series on this book. Go look in my playlist. There's a playlist called The Nudge. I did a whole series on the first 50 pages of this book. That's what it inspired. And I was like, I have a tendency to start reading and stopping. That doesn't mean the book's not good. That's just mean it's difficult for me to read. But I was like, I have to finish this book because this book is telling me my life. And it's not telling me my life as in I am her and she is me. But she is giving me the blueprint to my next. I am giving you the blueprint to your healing, your evolution. And the work I did here created the person that's here. So if you see yourself in me and you see your potential, and when you see your potential, it started here. Available at LoneeTaylorArt.com or Amazon, Lonee Taylor the seller. When she sent me this book, she went through her own spiritual evolution. She didn't go through this one. Look, I went through this one single. I didn't have a man. So I was able to evolve and change however the hell I evolved and changed. Wasn't nobody concerned. And my daughter was under 5, I believe. 2013. I don't know how old Bailey was in 2013, but she was however old she was. It was after my mom died. She was in the 4th grade. 3rd, 4th grade. 4th grade in California. 3rd grade. I don't know how old she was in 2013. Don't get me caught up in semantics because you know I will sit here and try to figure that out and waste our time. Not waste our time. Use our time for that. So what I'm saying is Felicia saw me. Felicia sent me this book. And it saved my marriage. Because Felicia went through a complete, what I'm going through right now, 100% what I'm going through right now. She went through it. She went through it before me and she documented it. I documented it. I am documenting it. And because we documented it, the next person can now grab onto it and use it as a guidebook. You're not replicating anything. You are doing it your way, but you know it's fucking possible. You know it's possible because it's been done. And it's been done by a Black woman. And I'm not saying nothing black versus white. I'm saying, can you see yourself in us? Can you? Hold up, where's my sister's picture at? Can you see yourself in us? Do you see your face? Then it's possible. The people that they have held down and said you ain't shit. The most overlooked, mistreated human on this earth is the most powerful being walking this earth. Do you see yourself in us? Do you see your potential? You should. Get my motherfucking bag. Can I tap myself? Tip that jar if I touched your soul. And so I was just theorizing that we are attracting each other. And that's why I was like, man, you're me in a different timeline. You know, you're me in a different timeline. I was saying different stuff. When I read, I'm dropping videos on charisma right now. In part 2, I mentioned Dope Soul. Make sure you follow her, support her. She has amazing talent, but it's difficult for her to believe in herself because she doesn't have the support. It's difficult for all of us to believe in ourselves if we don't have the support. I would not be here today without your support. So she's amazingly talented. And if it means just liking one of her videos, commenting a heart, give that girl the air underneath her wings that she needs to fly. And that was me just telling myself it is very important to start responding to comments again. Not respond. I respond to every comment that I'm able to. Sometimes TikTok glitches out and I miss comments. But I stopped going and watching your videos. But it's not just you guys feeding my vision and giving me air underneath my wings. I also need to go to your content and give you air underneath your wings as well. It's important because she stopped posting. I went and I grabbed one of her videos. You know, the last time she posted here on TikTok was in April. She stopped believing in herself in April. Why? Because nobody gave her no air underneath her wings. She came over here thinking she could fly. She moseyed her little, she came to the edge of the thing and she looked down and she was like, all right, let me give this a try. And, she jumped off the ledge. And nobody gave her no air. And she crashed out in April and stopped posting. So go check her out. Her information is in my Charisma video part 2. What is charisma? That's a good series. I'm talking Lonee stuff. You got to sit through Lonee in order to get to the information. Welcome to my world. You got to give me something in order to get something from me, which means you got to sit through my antics. And so, but after you sit through my antics, I am talking about what's necessary, how you know. And when that charisma kicks in, y'all, it's not just, superstardom or whatever, Charisma is that icky guy. Charisma is moving in spirit. Charisma is you keep pursuing until that pot boils over, and it boils over and people can't ignore it anymore. But you only tap into that charismatic chemistry energy if you keep going. But you have to go and pursue the thing that you're supposed to be pursuing. Don't keep writing books if it was just a book where you were supposed to write. Don't keep doing art if it was just an art piece you were supposed to do. Don't keep making clothes if it was just a t-shirt you were supposed to make. Don't keep doing all of these things if it was just something for you to do. I went to cosmetology school to meet my husband. But when my teacher said 80% of the people who go into cosmetology school do not become cosmetologists, I said, I'm not going to be that 80%. My pride and my ego said, I must succeed because I will not be a person who will fail. I'm not going to be the 80%. And I tried my hardest to be a cosmetologist, and universe kept blocking it. Nope, 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 nope. Till I finally gave up. But what if I would have listened at the first note? What if I had the awareness enough to know at that time that I was supposed to just go to cosmetology school so that I could meet my husband? No, I gotta make this thing pop. I'm arguing with my dad. Why can't you support my dreams? I still remember that conversation. I was on the phone with my dad crying. She was like, girl, you need to get your life together. And I was like, I'm a cosmetologist. He was like, you're not making any money. I have to establish my clientele. Why can't you just support my dreams? This nigga ain't ever supported my dream before. Why he gonna start supporting them now? Let's go. Let's call a thing a thing. My father doesn't know how to be a father because nobody taught him how to be a father. My father doesn't know how to be supportive. Why? Because he's probably never been supported. We transfer what we know how to transfer. Why wouldn't we transfer love to our kids? Because we don't know how to transfer it, because we don't have it. Why can't we transfer mutual respect to our children? Why can't we transfer communication skills to our children? We would if we had them, right? Because we give them all the good things. Why can't we transfer those skills to them? Because we don't possess them. So if we don't possess them, we cannot transfer them. So before we get out here popping out these goddamn babies, we need to make sure we are whole enough. We're making sure we're financially stable to be able to have a kid. We're making sure we, got the right kind of home in order to have a kid. We're making sure we got all these different things, but we ain't making sure we got the right spouse to have a kid. And we are not making sure we have the efficiency to raise a child. The things that are very important into pouring into the next generation, we are not making sure those things are in order. We're just making sure all these other things are in order. Some of us, because I still ain't got my financial situation in order, and I got 4 kids. 6 tea. Actually, it's lemon water. My husband is an advocate for lemon water. He's like, it's very good for you. You need to drink more lemon water. Drink more lemon water. I'm like, just because you read something on the internet, get off my head. But who am I to discount his knowledge, because people learn a lot from me on the internet. Excellent book. I want to introduce you to my TikTok authors. Felicia, The Nudge, available on Amazon. Saved my marriage. And I'm not saying this is a marriage help book. I'm saying if you are moved to purchase this book, know there's something in here for you. For me, she went through a complete deconstruction of her life and became an entirely new person. And her husband was looking at her like, what the her kids were looking at her like, what the and she documented it. TikTok author. Whether you buy it to read it or you buy it to support. Support sis. This is a guided journal. This is, where is her name? It's Coco Chanel here on here, but her name is Anaya. Boom, hold on. Sis, why do I gotta search for your name? Anaya Mishi, I'm assuming that's how you say it. She is here. She's a TikTok author. Support her. I bought her journal, but she has other books and other writings. Again, support each other. We glamorize Black Wall Street, not realizing that this is Black Wall Street. And it's so funny. My numbers always drop when I go into selling mode. That's funny. Y'all can't sit through supporting each other to get to the knowledge. But those of you who understand what this is, you understand what this is. I'm uplifting other sisters. I'm uplifting my community. And I financially supported them. And now I'm encouraging others to financially support them, to put some wind beneath their wings so that they can continue believing in themselves. Who else? Ebony Ferrashu. Damien's Windsor. This is some spicy. When I tell you spicy. Oh, yes. Damien and Windsor. Boom. Ebony Ferrashu. Support sis. Simply for this. The fact that when I bought her book, and none of these people told me to buy their books. I looked at top on their little profile. And when I first got on TikTok, something that I wanted to do and something that I'm going to do when the finances improve, I am going to buy from these small businesses. Boom. Every give me a second. Every profile that I go to and I see that someone has a link on top. Can you let go of my door?
Thank you. I'm ready right now.
No, that wasn't y'all's invitation. No, you said get your Kindle.
In my room, it's so sweaty.
It's hot in your room?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Mom was gonna...
Why can't you guys sit in the living room and just stay on the carpet?
I don't want to. I want to stay in my room.
Okay, well then Okay, go be sweaty in your room then.
Okay, I need a fan. I need like a new fan, seriously.
Well, where's the purple fan at? No, I'm not giving y'all my fan because all you're going to do is tear it up and I'm going to go in there and my fan's going to be in 6 pieces and I'm going to be upset. So y'all just going to have to be hot. I don't know how you got it in 6 pieces, but that's how y'all move. Lock my door and shut it, please. Love you too, my baby. Shut the door and lock it. Lock it and shut it. I always say things out of order. Love you too. I told you their end is to give me hugs and kisses. They be trying to get on screen. Lock and shut. Thank you, dear. You can just, yeah, thank you. Yeah, so I found this because I went to her page, and when I first got on TikTok, what I wanted to do was follow Fridays. So I would buy different things from different makers or whatever, small businesses, because I want us to understand that we are community. And the only way, we are all trying, all of us, whatever it is, we are trying to get away from the daily grind of just trying to earn money. And we want to do things to earn money that we love. And we all have a talent that we can utilize. If we think about those Game of Thrones, medieval times, all the people were tradesmen. You know, they all had a trade. There was no big corporation for people to buy into. Everyone had a trade. Everybody developed a skill. Everybody had to figure out what they were talented in. Everybody had to figure out what they were interested in. And the beautiful... Sure. And the beautiful thing about tradesmen and picking up a trade, if you are not gifted in that trade, you will burn out and burn out. So that's a way to, as you start trying things, people always made fun of me because I'm always trying something. Look, I got books, I got merch, I got, art, I got teaching platforms, I got all these different things. And people are just like, you're always doing something. Yeah, I'm always doing something and you're doing nothing. So instead of looking at me for always trying, maybe you should look at me and start trying. Because as long as I keep trying, I'm eventually hit my target. And I have. It took me 41 years to do it, but I hit my target. And I hit my target because I never stopped trying. And one thing I'm going to do once my finances improve, and what I'm going to do, it's the whole TikTok shop concept. So like Patricia said, maybe what I have, and I had brand partnership. I had this idea and I'm going to do it. And the idea came from Felicia when she messaged me and said, hey, can I send you my book? Now I'm recommending it. And now Patricia's taking screenshots. Someone else is recommending it, right? Boom. And I was just like, if I can link up, I'm going to do this. This is confirmation. If I link up with other small businesses and say, hey, I'll send you my product, you send me your product. Same thing with TikTok Shop, but we're doing it on a grassroots level. I'll send you my product, you send me your product. Do you mind posting a review video? A book club, yeah, definitely. That's the premise. You're confirming the commercial or the skit that I'm about to record. It's a book club meeting. So it's going to be all the girls sitting around talking about one of the books. So you're just confirming my idea. I wrote the treatment before I came on live. Thank you, Pat. You my bestie in my head. And so I'm gonna do that, where I'm going to exchange with other small businesses. Hey, do you mind posting a review? Do you mind posting a review? And let's start growing each other, because our friends won't buy our book, but our friends will buy a recommended book. So how about you recommend my book and I recommend your book? And it's a true recommendation. If the book sucks, don't do it. Like, if it ain't your vibe, then you say that. But I think we can always find something positive to say. Even if you don't like the book, can you like the fact that you're supporting someone's vision? Can you like the fact that you're giving someone air underneath their wings or wind beneath their wings? Because yes, fly, fly. Who was that? You're the wind beneath my wings. I had to learn that in music class. You had to learn those lyrics. It's not Barbara Streisand. I can't remember who it is. Bette Midler. Wind beneath my wings. Bette Midler. Had to learn that in elementary school. Went to a white school. That's why I had to learn it. Please let me be. Okay, well, I'll solve it when I'm finished, but that's not something that I can deal with right now. So please, let me be great. I believe in you. I believe in your abilities. We'll change your password later. Go. So you may not. Look, I'll say, you know what? Let me just hold up this journal. This ain't nobody's book. I could hold this up and I could say, you know what? I read this book and it really didn't resonate with me. But that doesn't mean that it will not resonate with you. But what I love about this is a young woman who is believing in herself. This is a young man who is believing in themselves. So if you have it in you to support a small business, somebody out here trying to believe in themselves, and you could give them a little bit, I'd pick this book up. You know what I'm saying? So even if the product isn't something that you believe in for you, doesn't mean that it doesn't have value. Especially if it's somebody out here trying to believe in themselves. And the story that I was telling about this is Ebony. I went to her page. I saw she had books. I bought one of her books. And I posted a review. And she said, and you could go check her out, Ebony Ferrer. She's on here. But you could go check her out. And she posted a video that was saying I was about to quit. And I woke up and there were 2 video reviews about 2 of my books. It may have been the same book. It was 2 video reviews about my books, and it helped me keep going. So we want to glamorize the time in our history when we worked as a collective. And we want to say like, man, if the white man stopped doing what the white man's doing, no, black man, you need to start doing what you need to do and support each other. Support each other. Yes, it's easier to go to Amazon, available on Amazon. Yes, it's easier to go to Walmart. Yes, you have to pay shipping and it's astronomical. It's always astronomical. But you don't get to look at the past and glamorize it as if it can't be recaptured today in our way. This is our Black Wall Street. This is how we connect and stuff. Yo, why are you standing right outside of my door arguing? Makes 0 sense. Sorry, I gotta raise these kids anytime, every once in a while. And we will be there. Tag me, and we will be there. Okay. I gotta go raise my kids real quick. I'm sorry. Talk amongst yourselves. Doc got something coming out in a couple of months. Cut it out. Cut it out. It's so unnecessary. Why can't they sit on the rug? Sit on the rug. Your sister is cleaning. If you cannot sit on the rug, then they can go to their room. Is that a compromise?
Yeah, but they keep running around. I need them to stop.
They're running in this area. Are they not allowed to stay in this area? You want total control. Can you give them some freedom too? I know, but you're not cleaning here. You're cleaning here. So can they do what they're doing over there? Stay in this area. Do you understand? If I hear anything else, you're going to your room. Do you understand? No, sit down and just chill. It's real easy. Golly gee willikers. Yo, I figured out, somebody asked me yesterday, and I don't know what's going on in their household, but somebody asked me yesterday, how do you deal with defiance from your children? Last night, and I posted the video, I'm telling Michael to turn the volume down on his Kindle, and his response is to back away from me instead of turning the volume down on his Kindle. And because of that, I could receive that as defiance. And Dre did, and I did in the moment. But when I thought about it, I was like, I give my kids options. I give my kids choices. Now, I have trained them with choices. Before, it was like my way or the highway. But now it's like, okay, I see what you're doing, and you can have a little bit of what you're doing. But can you give me what I want to? How can we do this? And I realized last night, Whether I give my kid a choice verbally or not, my kid is always going to choose what they want to do because they've been trained to have choices. So when I said turn the volume down and Michael was like, or I could just back away from you, he wasn't being defiant. He was just giving himself a choice. And in his 6-year-old brain, I can see that. You know, my 11-year-old knows I verbally have to give choices. My 6-year-old, I have to train into knowing that the choices are coming out of my mouth. And if I don't give you an option, this is no choice. Turn the damn volume down. But I realize he's not being defiant. He's like, well, I don't want to turn my volume down, but I could back up. I figured that out yesterday. They may not be being defiant. They may just be continuing your parenting non-verbally. Anyway. Afro. Oh, this isn't Afro. Where are y'all's names on y'all's books? Her TikTok. Hold up. Does she have a name? Oh, it's on the bottom. Tanya Matthews. She's Afro T-Lock. Afro_ T-Lock on here, I believe. But Tanya Matthews. Do you see yourself in her? You should. Trinity Learns Self-Love. She is another author here on TikTok. She came into one of my lives and she was like, I'm an author. I was like, okay, I'll buy your book. And so I bought it. I ain't got no little girls. And I could read this to my sons, and I can. Why can't I read a book that features a little girl as a primary character to my sons? Why can't I? Like, why can't I? I am. But anyway, well, backdoor to my limited thinking at the time. My limited thinking at the time was I don't have any little girls, but I'll buy the book anyway, you know, to support. It probably will never get read because I don't have daughters. But I just had a revelation. But what I'm saying is I bought the book even though I didn't need it. I bought the book even though I didn't have any intentions on reading it. How many things do you have sitting around your house that you bought and you don't ever use? Can you support? Can you support? Because you see yourself in her. You see her vision. You see her trying. You see her grasping. You see her believing in herself. Couldn't you support? This is my favorite TikTok author. What's the best that can happen? Yes. I tell you enough about this. I'll just tell you Amazon, 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 Amazon. Buybooksontheweb.com. I did this one years before Amazon had the production of books. So yeah. All I'm saying is this is Black Wall Street. This is how we reconnect. This is how we build community. And I get it. We're on the internet. How close can we truly become? My best friends in this world who ride and die for me and I ride and die for, I met on the internet 4 years ago. Yes, we have arranged and once successfully. I've met one twice, met one once. So they are real people. I don't know who they are in their real lives. I don't go and sit on their couch and have conversations with them. But they're the downest humans I've met in my life. So when I say we are building community, we are building community. That is why I'm here. I ain't out here to blow up. Yes, true selfishness is selflessness. I'm trying to build something. I'm not trying, I am. I'm building something that will feed my family after I'm gone. That's what I'm doing. And I'm helping other people do it too. I'm helping other people do it too. I'm not just out here for myself. I'm out here helping other people. And when you guys drop your stuff, let me know. I'll send you a book. I'll send you a Tumblr available at LoneeTaylorArt.com. And let's review. Let's connect. And let's help each other. And when the financial circumstances come to where I can start willy-nilly buying stuff, it's coming back and it will happen. Why? Because I buy random crap. I went into IKEA the other day with my daughter and they had all these stuffed animals. I don't even need a stuffed animal. I ain't got no place for no goddamn stuffed animals. But I wanted to buy every single goddamn stuffed animal. And so if we can go in IKEA and buy every goddamn stuffed animal simply because they're so cute, oh my God, we can support each other. We could go to every single small business and support them. All right, let me read these comments. So I don't even know what I was talking about. I'm a lifetime behind, I'm sorry. But y'all talking to each other. So I love it. I love it. I love it. I mean, I like teas and stuff, but rarely meal replace. Oh, y'all having some for real conversation. Okay, I'm with you where you cut your locks out and you said you were joking. I did a big chop in 2014. Never again. Yeah. I cut my hair off right before cosmetology school, which prompted me to go to cosmetology school. So I cut my hair off so that I would go to cosmetology school. And we know that because cosmetology is where I met my husband. And I would not have never met my husband had I not gone natural. So I understand I went natural, not because I wanted to go natural. I went natural because that was the step that led me. You understand how one step leads to another step leads to another step? So we can never take anything for granted because we don't know why we're doing something. As long as we are moving in inspiration or we are moving in spirit. I am in the space where I am moving in spirit, which means I am now connected enough into my intuition where I can say, I am doing what I'm being guided to do. I'm not doing what I think. And that's why this TikTok shop, I'm like, I think. I'm hoping because it solves a temporary problem. But the fact that I keep running into roadblocks, y'all, I paid $50 for a woman to help me, Miss Sharika, not some woman, Sharika. So if you want to set up TikTok shop, shoot me a DM. You need 5,000 followers, but Sharika's the plug and I'll get you her information. But for $50, she'll teach you how to set it up. She'll teach you how to get started and she'll feed life into you. Sis was preaching to me. She's like, nah, sis, don't get down. This is God's way of saying, are you going to quit? Are you going to push through? So she going to give you a sermon. She going to teach you how to do something and she going to get you set up. And Sharika is banking. Sharika said her goal is to make $1 million on this TikTok shop. She has her own t-shirt line, so she's a small business you can support. But she said, and she showed the screenshot, she made $83,000 off of sales in like 3 weeks or something like that. So the TikTok shop is popping if you got 5,000 followers, you could get in front of this thing and talk. So message me. I could link you with her because trying to set this stuff up based off of the YouTube videos and all that other stuff, just toss sis her $50 so she could get you set up right. And you're supporting a small business. But what I'm saying is I paid $50 that I did not have. I was like, God, I don't have this $50. But if this is it, then I'm going to invest in it so that I can get started. Because I know on the other side of this $50 is just whatever it is, the answer to what I'm trying to solve, whatever. And when we got in there and it said, I cannot connect because of community guidelines, I was so upset. I was like, damn, I spent that $50 and I can't be mad at nobody but myself because God has been like, nope. And I'm like, push through. I just, I don't know. I'm gonna leave it alone. Probably a nerve. I shaved my head in 2021. Black women being intimidating. Oh man, y'all powerful. I'm powerful. I keep saying y'all like I'm not a black woman. We are powerful. We are beautiful. We are divinity. I posted a video and I say it all the time. The only human on this earth that is capable of giving birth. Yo, cut it out. No, don't speak to him that way. You better watch your language. And everyone needs to sit down and be quiet. Or go to your room. Or go in the backyard. But she's trying to clean. Sorry, y'all. Working from home. My stepson was like, yo, there's this work from home opportunity. You got to just, outbound calls and sales and blah, blah, blah. I was like, I work from home now. When you see what this is, you think I could really get on somebody else's dime and be like, hold on really quick. Yo, y'all need to be quiet. You think I could do that? Yeah, that's probably not the opportunity for me. That's very apparent. That's not the opportunity for me. TikTok shop seemed like something, but I think that we could TikTok shop on a small scale. If you are a small business and you're minority owned, I'll support anybody. It don't matter because I know y'all white people like to support each other. So go and holler at your girl, because my first sister support Tumblr was sold to my white sister. We have been joking for years that we have different mothers, but we're sisters. And so when she saw my Tumblr, she went and bought it. So the first person who bought my sister support Tumblr was my white sister. So definitely, if you are a small business, let's exchange. Let's exchange and get this money. And we want you to keep going and not give up. I love it. Thank you, Pat. I'm not. Yesterday, the revelation, the vision that I received yesterday, I finally realized who I am. And that's not me being cocky. One day I'm going to get to the point where I can say I know who I am without disclaimer, I'm not being cocky. No, I know who I am. I know what this is, and I received it yesterday. So I will be showing up every day for these lives. I will be pushing this stuff, and I will be connecting with other small businesses so that we can grow. I'm about to create a network. I am about to re-emerge how we support community. We are about to re-emerge how we support community. This is about to pop. I know it is. That's exactly why I watch you. I know you're going to blow up. I'm here to watch your journey. See, that's the thing, Dr. BSP. Say that 5 times fast. Cover you in prayer along the way. Thank you. Thank you. Because I ain't got no praying grandmother, so I need the community. Yes, I'm praying for all of us. And you see the vision. You see the vision. So I can say, I know what this is without you saying, she being cocky. No, you see it. I saw it yesterday. Clear as day. Clear as day. This morning, I'm sitting here and I'm laying here and I'm visualizing us in Jamaica at the Sandals Resort, because I'm definitely doing a workshop there, or a retreat there, I should say. And we're all just vibing and chilling and, just growing together. I saw it clear as day. I know where this is headed, which means I must show up. If I don't show up, I stop the vision. This will not be realized if I quit. But if I keep going, it's a done deal. Boys, go to your room. Go to your room. Don't be upset. You made the choice. Go to your room. You're looking me up on Amazon. Yay, yes, I am on Amazon. I need to republish. I need to see how much it is to publish to Amazon, but I need to get this edited first. I'm going to move this over to Amazon. That is what I'm going to do, because I see the vision. And it's time. Hey, Von Treese, it's time for me to align and do this the right way. I'm okay with limping along, because limping along is how you just get in there. You can't wait until you have all the pieces in order to get started. All the pieces in order are the starting kit. And I get it. I know I say all the time, A leads to B, leads to C, leads to D. But your A looks like this. My A looks like this. Our A's aren't the same, but they're A's. We all have a starting point. What it looks like, we don't know. Our B's look different. Our C's look different. Our D's look different. So yes, there's a formula, but it looks different. So that's why I say, yes, this is the book that I read along with the 4 agreements that I said I am committed to doing the practices in this book. But this book, hold on. I got to yell at kids anyway, but hold on. Sorry, I had to go parent. It's Saturday. People are like, well, you got to do your lives on Saturday because that's when people are home and they can listen to you. But all my kids are home too, so that's what you get. I apologize. All right. This book and the 4 agreements, I didn't know this was going to turn into a book club. But do I ever know what's going to happen when I come and sit down? I apologize, but I believe there's teaching that's into all of this too. That's the beauty of it, right? I can be salesy, but I'm teaching in it. And that's the gift. That's the gift. I'm tapping into something. This and the 4 agreements are the 2 books that I said I'm committed to aligning with. I'm not saying this is your book. I'm saying this is the book that I was led to because I was watching YouTube videos and I was listening to his interviews and he was talking about the brain. And I was like, well, yeah, if it's scientific, then I could do it because it's just a matter of steps to follow. It's science. If he can do it, I can do it too. So this and the 4 agreements. Those are the 2 books that I committed to, which brought us here. But the funny thing about this book, this is the book that I read. This and Tony Robbins. I read this book and it changed my life. And I did not intentionally say I'm going to, I don't even know if there's any practices to, look at, I got little highlights in it. I don't even know if these are my highlights. I might have bought this used, I was so studious. But this is the book that sparked this awakening. This is the book that sparked this awakening. So I wonder what awakening this book will spark. Here's another book that changed my life. Dr. Wayne Dyer, rest his soul. This book taught me, see, look, I even got stuff in the margins. I was really a good little reader back then. This is the book that taught me to notice the signs. Like when I said I didn't know this was going to turn into a book club and I look on the screen and I see Patricia's comment book club. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm sitting here and I'm talking about money and I look on the wall and I see the word money. All the confirmations. This is the book that taught me about that. And that's not even, I think, what the book is about. That's just what I learned from it. Girl, we did too. I'm dropping my wellness drink in September. I'm all in for it. Dr. BSP, send me a message. And we gonna promote the fuck out of your wellness drink. And we gonna support you. We gonna put some wind beneath your wings because you had the courage to believe in yourself. So why can't we have the courage to believe in you too? What's it gonna hurt? What's it going to hurt to join in another human's dream? Not just another woman, not just another Black person. Oh, and the point that I wanted to make, the only thing that can give life is a woman. The only thing that can create every color in the spectrum is Black. Therefore, the Black woman is the oldest, most powerful being walking this earth, period. Can't tell me different. I don't care what anything else says. And it's crazy. I was watching that Jess J video, and the reason why I reacted the way that I reacted, for a white woman to say the Black woman is the mother of society, I was like, I just came to the conclusion that only a womb can produce human life and Black can make white. So therefore, 2 and 2, 1 + 1 = 2, period. But then Just Jay confirmed the science of it. I was just like, and then for a white woman to, acknowledge that, I was like, see, y'all's own problem. Just Jay over here admitting the truth. Once y'all admit the truth, then we could work together and grow. Like, we really could level y'all up. Y'all think that you are the pillars of society and y'all are, like, let's look at the world. Just look out your window. Wherever you're sitting, look out your window, look out your car, look wherever you at. Just look. This is the world that y'all created. White men, with the support of white women. This is y'all's world. This what you proud of? I wouldn't be proud of it. I've written books, and you're right. I received more support from strangers than friends. Let me know what your books are. Send me a DM. Let's support each other, sis. Like, for real. I know this is something. Yes, I was just talking to my husband about why am I procrastinating about my healing oils. You better make them goddamn oils, Patricia. You're procrastinating because you're either overthinking it or because you're, and I'm just theorizing. I'm sure y'all done already answered in the comments. I always be answering and then I scroll down and I see y'all done did it already. But, you're either procrastinating because it's something you're not supposed to be doing. You're procrastinating because of divine alignment. We think we're procrastinating, but honestly, it's just waiting for the perfect time. You can make the oils, but if there's no one to buy it, then you made your oils and now you're experiencing a failure. I had a t-shirt line back in my early 30s, and it had inspirational quotes on them, because I always wanted to help evolve and inspire. I was an inspirational speaker. I used to put up the little, inspiring quotes and all these different things, even though I was highly depressed, and I was using that as a means to keep myself alive. I've written these books. I've done all of these things years ago, decades ago, but there wasn't an audience for it. So now it's a failure. But it's not a failure. It just had to be divinely aligned. I wrote this book in 2013 and I probably have sold less than 100. I will sell more of these books in 2023 because of divine alignment, because I was obedient when I was told to do it. And I'm like, well, it's not selling. It's a flop. No. I can now talk about this book. And now that I know that I was documenting my journey, my God, and I'm documenting my journey now. But I'm doing it in video form. I did it in written form. And now someone can pick this up and use it as a guidebook to start their healing journey or to continue on their healing journey, whatever it looks like. So I did this and I felt like this was a failure. But if I sell more than 5 books in 2023, that means I sold more books in 2023 than I did in the 10 years that this book has been out. So, divine alignment. So you could be aligning up with your divinity. It could be something you're not supposed to be doing. It could be a really good idea, but your spirit's like, yeah, nah, boo, that ain't it. Or it can just be you don't believe in yourself, in your success. Some of us talk ourselves out of success because we're already like, why bother? I was about to stop showing up and I was about to stop doing my lives because I was like, why bother? Nobody watches these things. But we gang. Doc pulls up, Pat pulls up, Von Trees pulls up, Carby pulls up, Coco pulls up, everybody pulls up. This is gang. Now I know when I watch lives and people are like, hey, what's up, sup? And I'm thinking, do they know each other? No, they just building community. That's what we're doing. So get on them oils, sis, and let me know. Get on them oils. If you have identified that this is in spirit, which I already know you have, because I know how you get down. What I know of you, I know how you get down. Impart that healing into them oils and make something for arthritic pain. Please holler at your girl, because this is not cute. But I've been drinking my water. You should be very proud of me, Pat. And the pain in my hands subsided substantially simply by increasing my water intake. So thank you. You just sitting here being yourself in my comment section. You literally have saved me a lifetime of pain. I know I need to increase my water intake, but I didn't know by you being on that live that day where you said 64 ounces. I think it was you. Was it you, Pat, or was it you, Doc? I'm so sorry if I'm citing the wrong source. But one of you sisters, you told me to get my 64 ounces in, and I've been drinking my water, and I swear almost immediately my hand stopped hurting. So thank you. I'm sorry if I cited the wrong source. Y'all all feeding into me. I apologize. I mean no disrespect. And I know you didn't receive it that way, but I want to make sure that I'm citing the right source. So I need it. Shoot, do it, sis. I need it. I started it in 2019, stopped last year, people begging, but inflation. Yeah. Raise your prices. People begging, raise your prices. My husband went from charging $25 a haircut to now he charges $50 a haircut, and people pay it. And for years, he was charging $20 a haircut. And I was like, babe, you need to raise your prices because his booth rent in the shop kept going up. I was like, babe, you need to raise your prices. You need to raise your prices. He's like, man, ain't nobody going to pay that money. I was like, there's people out there paying, Rob the barber $10K for a haircut. Rob the barber, not like he matters to you guys, but Rob the barber makes $10,000 a haircut. You want to tell me you can't charge $50 a haircut? Raise your prices. Like inflation. Don't limit yourself. God will make a way. See, I ain't even going to say nothing because here go Doc. God will make a way. Go up on your price. See? The customers for you won't mind. That's why with my art, my husband's like, man, your price is too high. I was like, whoever wants it, they're going to pay for it, but I'm not going to sell myself cheap anymore. I'm no longer going to beg for customers. Who is for, they will pay it. Especially when I see people paying more for less. Your audience is out there. Your clientele is out there. Your everything is out there. Your spouse is out there. Your everything is out there. Your job is out there. Stop compromising yourself to fit into someone else's expectations of you. You do you to your highest ability, and the divine will bring into you what is for you, period. That is what I'm learning, and that is what I am communicating to you. Do not put limitations on you. Inflation, limitation. Don't put that shit on you. The people begging. They want it. I need it. See, confirmation. My sister and husband said the same, and so did Lonnie. Add me to the list. Go forth, sis. God damn it, I lost my spot. I started. Okay, boom. I'm not too far behind. Wow, you'll get that 50 back and more. I know. I'm going to get that $50 back. God was, I don't know. But what I do know is we in flow. Even us all being here right now, we in flow. Start wearing your merch on your lives. I can't afford to buy my merch. That's why I'm always waving the same pillows around. But you're telling me that's a limitation. I'm going to, if I had $50 to give Sharika, I got $50. That was actually my last merch purchase. It came up to $50 and I abandoned my own shopping cart. So I was like, man, how financially irresponsible of me to buy my own merch when we need this $50 to keep the lights on. So I abandoned my shopping cart. But then I spent $50 to hopefully tap into an income source. When if I would have just bought my merch, that's me tapping into an income source. I reluctantly put on this goddamn Peloton shirt. Yes, I understand exactly what I'm doing, but I can't find my damn shirts, and all I have are hoodies. And if I would have put a hoodie on, y'all would have been watching me like this. Does anybody know her address? Can somebody send the paramedics? Because my ass would have passed the hell out. So, yeah. Confirmation. No limitations. I'm about to go buy. I'm going to go buy my merch. And I'm going to be all in my videos like, so anyway, what I was saying, yes, confirmation. Why was I going to say that? Because you're brilliant. Hey, Von Trees. I see the vision. I'm a prophet. We can talk about that later. Just know you are going to be big. Okay, Doc, let's go. I have been praying to align with someone who didn't mind sharing their vision with me, to just let me know that I'm not out here spinning my goddamn wheels because, like I said, present circumstances, my family looking at me like, bitch, get a job. But they are to the point where, you know, they are to the point where they're starting to believe it, you know. They're seeing the things in the physical world, the 11,000 followers, the different things, you know. They're starting to see the trickle ins to where they're like, okay, I'm gonna let you have a little bit more peace. I think my husband he was just like, I know you're not gonna get a job, so I just stopped telling you to get a job. I was like, yeah, I'm not. I was like, I'm 100% sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And I was like, I'm building a legacy, babe. He was like, what's that got to do with today? I was like, I know, but if I stop doing what I'm doing today, I will never build the legacy. We will always be trying to just grasp, just trying to live. And I don't think that's what is for us. I know that's not what's for us. And what's so beautiful about this is I'm taking everybody with me. We are rising together. Trust and believe. I'm taking every single one of you with me because whatever I can do for you, you support me, I support you. And whatever that vision looks like, we got each other. It's so beautiful. Once everything comes together, the network that I see in my head where we are just, all I'm saying is get on at the ground floor. Get on at the ground floor because we going up. Lonnie is definitely going somewhere. Thank you, Von Trees. Look, I need some good reads. Man, I gave you a whole book list to keep you busy for the weekend. With all her products, I'm saying I got everything for you. I appreciate all of you. Proper preparation. Proper preparation. I have clients, my oils are all natural, no cut, and I design my jars for keeps. You see what I'm saying? You ain't just putting something out there. You are me. You know what I'm saying? When I do art, that's why when I look at those other people, I'm one of 3 people that I know who make faces out of wood. But one of them, Ink Americana, and I think it's Ink and Americana on TikTok. His work is just fucking dope. Like his color, like he's gifted. He's gifted. You know, the other guy, Happy Life Wood, he just found something. He tapped into a moneymaker, but his shit has no heart. His shit has no feeling. His is, oh, that's cool because it's cool. But his stuff will stop being cool once other people figure out how to do what he's doing. But Ink and Americana, in my art, you can feel it. It has purpose. We are pouring something into our art, into our work. We are pouring ourselves. We are setting intentions. And we are putting in that work and infusing it. And that's exactly what you're doing, Patricia, with your oils. You put thought into your jars. You didn't just go grab a jar. You went and got a jar and you were like, this is a keepsake right here. It can be utilized after the oil is being used. You know what I'm saying? So even in that, you're thinking sustainability. You are putting out a quality product regardless of the cost associated with it. You were like quality over whatever the other thing is. You're doing the work and you're putting the heart in it. And because of the heart, heart has value too. I'm not only paying you for the product, I'm paying you for the heart and I'm paying for what your product does for me. Because guaranteed, your oils and the love and the care that you infuse into it, your books, Doc, that you're going to tell me about that you've written, your energy drink, or I think it's an energy drink, your drink, I'll just say drink. I apologize. My memory ain't nothing. But, the products that you're putting out, because of the energy that you're putting behind it, off top, it's going to bring value to people. And you're enhancing people's lives. And you deserve to be compensated for that. And you will sell more. Yes. It is because I deal with the same, and my mom inspired it. Beautiful. My mom, she is my guide, my angel. She's my partner. She's my business partner. I'm sorry. Oh, that was Doc. I'm sorry, Doc. But yes, I'm on my water. Yes, drinking my water. Can move my fingers today. Even though I'm not flipping y'all out. Even though my middle finger is still on the struggle bus. And it was my ring finger on this one. This is why I don't wear a wedding band, because my hands be doing the monkey doodle, you know? So I can't wear my wedding band. I need one that maybe has an elastic band, or maybe I'll get a tattoo. And I was wearing my ring around my neck, but my boys were little, so they kept ripping my chain off because they would, kids grab at stuff, but that's why I don't wear a wedding band, because I'll mess around and lose my damn finger because my finger's stuck on, my ring is stuck on it and it swole up. So I went from 75 to 115 for a retwist in style, and it's still low balling. Man, when I said when I can afford to go to the salon every week, no joke. Last time I went to the salon, I think she was because I shaved the side of my head and she was reattaching my locks. She charged me $200 to attach 18 locks, which I don't care about the price. That's not the point I'm making. The point is that, yes, there's money in hair. There's money in hair, and people will pay it. Hold on. Did I make it to the bottom? Yep, I did. Yes. Shoot. I hand painted my first shirt. You can too. Your presence isn't your present isn't your future. Amen. So we cannot base our present off of we can't base our future off of our present. Yeah, we tatted our dates on our fingers. Yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and do that, where I'm just going to get a tattoo and call it good. My husband's like, man, you will most definitely need my drink. It helps with oh my God, I cannot wait till September. I need help. Yeah, so, and they did, I'm not sure who it was who came in on my video. It might have been you, Doc, but somebody came in on my video and was told me all the stuff to say thank you for all the love, you guys. Thank you so much. Told me all the things to go to my doctor and say. So I went in there and they did the test to see if it's gout. It's not gout. It's something, and it's happened since I was 20. Since my 20s, I would just get swelling. I get swelling in my feet. I get swelling in my knees. I get swelling just in my joints, just everywhere. And I've always thought it was arthritis, and my doctor, because I have a bad doctor, and I've known for two decades I need a new doctor. But what did I do? I referred my husband to him because I'm too lazy to go get a real doctor, because I don't take my medical seriously. I'm happy Carby's not here to hear that, because Carby would be upset with me, because Carby advocates for us taking care of ourselves medically. That's somewhere where I struggle. All right. I don't know what we were talking about. What we talking about next, y'all? My note says it's not that they can't stop a particular behavior, it's that they don't want to put the effort forth to stop. It takes a lot of effort to change. It takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of mental ability to say how you've done something isn't necessarily the best way to do it. It takes a lot of effort to go into the unknown, because change is the unknown. If I've been this person for so long, then how am I going to be this new person? So you have to be able to go into that space. Originally, when I wrote the note, it was talking about infidelity. A person isn't necessarily not being faithful because they want to continue to be unfaithful. I don't know. It's just something I wrote down in my sleep. I don't even know how I came up with this. But I think the effort is self-mastery. And so when someone's cheating, we're like, well, what am I doing? What am I not doing? How did I cause this? And it has nothing to do with you, and it has everything with that person's inability to master themselves and to stop themselves. I remember when I first started trying to save money. I would go into the mall, but I would leave my debit card in the car. Because I knew that I did not have the capability of going into the mall and not spending money. I didn't have that willpower. I didn't have that muscle yet. So I would go into the mall, but I would leave my card in the car. And then I evolved to not even going into the mall. And now we shop online, right? So how do you get in front of that habit? So it's all about building different willpowers and putting different controls in place to protect you from you. So if you have a habit that you're trying to break and free yourself from, first of all, let's look at it from language that empowers you. If you think of you are keeping yourself away from something, now you're feeling restricted, and it is our natural reaction, maybe based from childhood, because our parents kept us so restricted from things, and which created more curiosity, and then the defiance kicks in to where I'm going to do it anyway simply because someone told me not to do it. Do we think that the defiance goes away simply because we are the ones who told us not to do it? No, we're going to defy ourselves because we have built the muscle that when we are told no, we are going to do it anyway. So we have to find a way to speak in language to ourselves that empowers us. When I wanted to stop eating sugar, I stopped saying, I need to stay away from sugar. It's killing me. Stay away from sugar. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. I was like, that's not enough to make me stop. When I started looking at sugar as an addiction, and these are my days of sobriety. These are my sobriety days. I stopped eating sugar. Why? What the hell? I don't think that was supposed to be in my Vaseline. Goddamn kids. Ooh, that was nasty. Ooh, what? Shut my door, please. My days of sobriety. When I started looking at every day that I abstained from something that did not serve me, it was my day of sobriety. And now it's a celebration. And I went from counting the days, I'm 10 days clean, I'm 15 days clean, I'm 20 days clean, to I'm sober. And there are times that I do eat sugar. And I was eating a lot of sugar and my hands started hurting. And I was like, okay, let's pull this thing back. So now I'm 5 days clean. So I think when we're trying to discontinue a behavior that does not serve us, the language that we use needs to be language that is supporting of our goal versus restricting us from something. And once we have established the language that is supporting of us, we can now start focusing on, okay, I don't want to hurt my spouse. I don't want to be this person. I don't want to say these things. I don't want to, speak to my children this way. I don't want to do these things. It becomes a pride point for us. It becomes a pride point. I am proud. I was teaching Michael how to tie his shoe yesterday. And even though, I record the video, and there's energy there, but I didn't revert back to the old me. I didn't get frustrated and just say, forget it. How many lessons have my children missed out on just because I can't deal with my frustrations with them trying to learn something? Because I forgot what it's like to learn something. I'm literally frustrated because I'm teaching myself how to paint. I'm literally frustrated because I'm teaching myself how to set up TikTok shop. I have frustration. I'm stumbling. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So why wouldn't my kid have the same experience learning how to tie their shoe? Just because I think it's such a simple task. I'm sure somebody's looking at me teaching myself how to paint and getting frustrated like it's so easy. No, we have to have compassion for those we are teaching, but we're talking about evolving ourselves. You know, the patience that I had for Michael to teach him, and he was so proud of himself, y'all. He was so proud of himself. And of course, I don't have any space on my phone, so the video deleted. The video that I have is him tying his shoe for the 6th time. But I lost the video, which I become fine with because art taught me to be okay with rework. TikTok, because TikTok loves deleting my videos because I don't have any space on my phone. TikTok has taught me that if it's meant to be, it will be. I've recorded so many videos, and at the end of recording that video, I'm like, damn, I killed that shit. And I take my finger up off of that thing, and that little red thing goes, zip, whole video disappears. And I used to eat my soul in the past, but now I'm just like, if it was meant to be, it would be. If it was content that was meant to be produced, it would be produced. If it was meant to be shared, it would be shared. And the fact that it deleted itself means that it wasn't meant to happen. So TikTok has taught me to be okay and to go with the flow. TikTok has taught me faith. How can I hate an app, which is something that I said at the beginning of this live? How can I hate an app that taught me faith? How can I hate something that has grown me? Think about the things that you got a problem with. You probably got a problem with it because it challenges you, but the challenge that it's doing is growth. Challenge points are growth opportunities. So how can you have resentment towards it? You should be excited about challenges. Because once you figure that shit out, what's the pride point? Michael was so proud of himself. I can't wait till Dad gets home so I could show him, so I could tie my shoe for him. And I'm going to always go back to that. When I watch, I've wanted sons. I wanted sons. I wanted sons. I was pregnant with Bailey. I was like, God, I want a son. First, I was like, with all the miscarriages behind me, I was like, first of all, I'm not going to get an abortion because I've had miscarriages. Clearly, if it's supposed to be, it'll be. If it's not, you've shown me that it's not. And so when I was pregnant with Bailey, I was like, boy, girl, damn. When I was pregnant with Angel, I was like, boy. And even the sonogram lady was like, it's a girl. And I was like, fuck. And then I got married. No, I got with Dre. And my kids finally had a father. And I was like, boy. And they said, it's a boy. I was like, you were waiting. Man, I love my sons. I love my girls, but I've always wanted a son. And Dre was like, God was just waiting. Well, you don't say God. He was like, you were just waiting till you got with me to have your sons. Yes, my sons needed a father. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with not. I'm not saying anything against single parents. None of that. I'm speaking to men right now. I'm not speaking to women, so don't look to get offended. I'm speaking to men. I need you to understand your importance. I want you to understand how valuable you are. If no one ever told you you're valuable, you're valuable. When my son does anything, he's like, I cannot wait to tell my dad. You are valuable. Man, they're the funnest. Keep trying, Doc. So you're important. We need to raise our sons because the man problem we have today is the boy problem we had yesterday. We need to raise our sons to understand their value. The funny thing is, I'm looking on my wall, it says the value of life. So I know the message that I'm given. Dad's everything. My dad was a POS for a lot of my life, and not POS in the fact that he, wasn't there or anything. He was my primary parent, but he was so caught up in his addiction, he couldn't be a parent. He probably was saving me by staying away. Who knows? The first time I saw my dad get high in front of me, I can still see it to this day. I watch my mom get high all the time. It's not like I was sitting there but I've seen her get high. I can't see her getting high in my head. But the first time I saw, I'll be here, Doc, until 3 o'clock, so 30 more minutes. I'm sorry for that, Pat. But the first time I saw my dad get high in front of me traumatized me. Because to this day, and I understand it, I complain about it because I'm a mom. So I'm like, this is some bullshit. I do everything for these damn kids, right? But when Michael was asked to rate me, he's like, you get a 2 out of 10. I was like, damn. Rate your daddy real quick. A billion out of 10. I'm like, damn. And dad's barely home because dad's working. And when he's here, he's amazing. You see him. But I'm here 24 hours a day and I get a 2. Damn, you did me. But after I'm done getting offended, and I need to stop getting offended from my kids, and I could actually look at it and be like, dads are admired. You know what I'm saying? They're an important piece. And no matter what my dad did, my dad punched me in my face. The only time I've been hit by a man, well, me and him, he punched me in my face too, but that was, that might have been a fight, an equal fight. Well, not an equal fight, but we both was fighting. But anyway, what I'm saying is the first man to hit me, besides in a disciplined way, was my father. And he hit me, I determined in my brain, he hit me because if he hit his girlfriend, he would go to jail. But if he hit me, he'd be all right. So he started hitting me. And I got the fuck up out of there. And I was like, you only got 3 times to hit me. You only got 1 time now. You only got 3 times to hit me. So my dad's done some fuck shit to me. But he still walks on water. Ain't that something crazy? So if we understand that, we got to be more mindful of who we choose to reproduce with. But divinity, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to drop some videos where I'm talking to Angel about her father because Angel has some real serious daddy issues. Like everybody says, oh, it's daddy issues. No, Angel got some for real daddy issues. And so I'm about to drop some videos where I'm talking to her about, let me finally have this conversation so you can stop romanticizing this man. So I'm telling her the story. And I'm not telling her the story from the perspective so that now you can have a bad taste in your mouth about him, because I don't even have a bad taste in my mouth about him. I chose, and I know that she chose. She chose the souls. We can't help what spirit these souls incarnate into. We choose our parents. Angel needed my DNA. Angel needed his DNA in order to be who she's to become. In that, we can't control the spirits, i.e. the current incarnation. We can't control the current incarnation the soul incarnated to. They might have incarnated into some fuckery. But our kids needed that genetic makeup in order to be who they are. If we're looking on the spiritual side, on the physical side, I chose wrong all day. On the physical side, I chose wrong all day. But on the spiritual side, I understand exactly what my children needed they got. So if we're thinking from the spiritual perspective, we can't really choose who we have children with anyway because it's divine. But I wonder if there's some controls that can be placed. I don't know if we can choose. But I do know as a community, I do know that we could band together as a village. I do know that my husband was a father to Bailey when she was 5 years old, and I met him in cosmetology school, and I said, you're a fucking amazing father. Do you mind being a father to my daughter as well, a father figure? Do you mind her coming over and playing with your kids so that she can experience that man energy and that male bonding and all those different things? I knew enough for that. And he was like, sure. So that's why we were around each other, mostly because he would watch my daughter while I was out ho-hopping looking for a daddy. Not my daddy, her daddy. Chasing money, right? Not value, not character. I have a beautiful human being here, but he ain't got no goddamn money. This is when he was pursuing. He was pursuing his dream to be a barber. He didn't have no money. So you can't afford me. You know, I chose a quality of man based on how much money he had. So I had a lot of bankrupt men, but they have money. And so we need to raise our sons to have all the things, all the tools. Yes, be a provider. Yes, you know, all those other things that men value and all the things that society values. But we need to fill them with character. We need to fill them with self-love. We need to teach them it's okay to be around whatever gender that you're attracted to and just be friends and get to know each other, to take their time. And this is something we're teaching both sides now. Take your time to get to know somebody. Be friends. Laugh together. Cry together because you're supporting each other, not crying together because they've hurt you. Dre is the first man that has never made me cry. Ain't that some shit? Down to my daddy. Those of you who don't know, I cry on live. Dre is the first man to never hurt my feelings, to never break my heart. I had to go 36 years before I met a quality human being. And so when they say the black moms are the root to our man issues and black women get so offended, yeah, we're in a cycle of fuckery. We're in a cycle of fuckery. Let's own that. I get it. I agree. But who's raising these crap ass humans? There is no reason why I went 36 years before I met a decent human being. I know it's okay. I'm just emotional. I'm into my feminine. I'm okay. I can cry. My Bailey used to say, Mom, I've never seen you cry. Now she's seen me cry all the time. Because I'm moving into my femininity, my feminine energy, and it's okay for me to be in touch with my emotions. But you know, it's crazy. I went 36 years before I met a man who knew how to treat me like I mattered. Boom. But I met him in 2010, but I didn't recognize him. So I'm not even going to say that he wasn't always there. He was, but I didn't see him. Because I was chasing money. I wasn't chasing character. I wasn't chasing value. I saw he was an amazing father, but I was really out here looking for a man who could pay. Cause I was like, man, I gotta deal with somebody, shit, at least he could provide the lifestyle that I want. I ain't gonna like his ass, so at least he could, you know, I go on trips. But how amazing it is that I have a human that I like, that I love. We could laugh together. I'm thinking about my past relationships. We never used to sit on the couch and just watch TV together. We didn't like the same stuff. We didn't like the same music. We didn't like the same people. We didn't like nothing. We didn't have nothing in common. I didn't have nothing in common with the men I dated, except for the fact that they wanted to date me. We got to do better. We got to do better. And that's nothing against us. I just know how fucking powerful we are. We can change the world, Black women. We can change the world. We can lead by example. We can create such a beautiful space within our homes. And then our children, regardless of gender, go out into the world and they create beautiful spaces. And they're not trauma bonding with individuals because all they're doing is they're used to trauma because they were traumatized in your home. So when they say friends are the family that you choose, friends are just the people that you choose to traumatize you. So my key is to raise my children in a space to where they're no longer choosing trauma. Trauma is so foreign to them that as soon as they see it, they go in the opposite direction. Soon as someone isn't living up to their standards, they go into the opposite direction. Soon as the shit hits the fan, they're out. They ain't got to get punched in the face 3 times before they realize, oh, this ain't it. You know, they recognize it. Not, this seems kind of familiar. Why? Because they got it from us. Nah, I need my kids to know what love truly is. I need my kids to know what happiness truly is. I want my children to know who they are. So that's the work we're doing over here. So if you are not a part of the community, please join the community and please support the community. I have the tip jar if you just want to give. I have the merch and the books if you want to purchase. Lonnie Taylor Art. This one, buybooksontheweb.com. Support the community. Support by commenting. Get to know each other. We're a dope vibe over here. This live was dope. This live fed me so much, and I hope it fed you guys. Let me read. Sorry, y'all. But I think that was a good thing, too. I'm sorry for your loss, Patricia. Were you close to your parent that passed away? You better speak, beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. My soul's beautiful, too. Hey. I believe our children choose us. I do too. I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that they chose us. So in that respect, can you truly choose the best? I don't know. Because even if my children's fathers had the capacity to still be present, and that's the point that I wanted to make. It takes a village. We need to raise our sons to understand that even if it's not your biological child, you have no idea how many children my husband has raised simply by being a barber. By being the black man that these little black boys can see every week or every other week. You don't know how many women choose my husband to be their son's barber because of what my husband gives to those little boys while they're in the chair. Because what I saw in that man in 2010 when I was like, hey, do you mind being a father figure to my daughter? Trust me, other women see it too. And I'm not worried about fidelity. If that man want to go, he could go, but he knows what this is. I ain't worried about none of that. I always think about that because I be posting videos where my husband's looking, oh, that man is so sexy to me now. He wasn't sexy to me before because I saw him through 2010's lens. That motherfucker right there that stole my chair, I can't stand that nigga. Yeah, that's where he has been frozen in my brain. But he has evolved so much since then, and I now see him. And he is one of the most beautiful, I'm so blessed to have him. And I have to continue to work on my energy towards him so that he knows that I know that I'm blessed. I have to show him how much he means to me every chance that I get. He shows me. He shows me. He doesn't have to do day-to-day gestures. I don't need flowers. I don't need none of that shit. He has shown me since day one that he loves me because he has always given me my way, even if it meant him compromising himself. So I know that man loves me. And it's my time to show him that I love him and that I value him. So black women, we have work to do. We have so much work to do. But the beautiful thing is, don't look to get offended when you hear that. Stop looking to get offended, especially over here. Nothing that will ever come out of my mouth is meant to offend. It may be an opposing viewpoint. It may be a non-popular perspective, but it's never to offend. And know that anything that comes out of my mouth is coming from a space of either I'm in the midst of developing an idea or it's been theorized and developed. So I'm not just speaking to speak. But what I'm saying is, I know how powerful we are. This is what I told my husband. He was like, you must not know who you're talking to. I was like, the funny thing is, I know exactly who I'm talking to, and I need you to know who I'm talking to. Because the day that you wake up to your divinity, my God, I've identified that my husband is a very old soul, and he's been here way longer than I have. Not chronologically in this lifetime. He's an old soul. He's so wise. That man's patience is from the gods. He ain't got no patience I've ever seen in my life. And that's developed after a lifetime of living. So I know who he is. And Black women, I know who you are. I know your power. And if we could just strip all the bullshit, I did real good. I almost went 3 hours without fully cussing, and then I did it. I've been trying to edit myself, but if we could just strip the crap and truly come into our divinity, and that's what they're afraid of, and that's why we're oppressed, and that's why Willie Lynch and we think what they released to us was really what was going on. No, how we replicate the master's plan within our homes to this day. 400 years to this day. Let's add some more years because we are still entrapped. We are still entrapped in slave mentality. And it is time for us to release the shackles. Release how they told us to chase money. That is not Black excellence. How they taught us to speak to each other. How love is so fake that as soon as somebody says something we don't agree with, we at their heads. But you was calling me sis just a second ago. We have to release what we have received within our community. And we got to break down and restructure and become who we divinely are supposed to be. And when we do that shit, my God. My God. So sis, I see you and I know who you are. It is my hope that one day you know who you are. And that is the work we're doing here. We are admitting that we are flawed and there's always work to do. And in our divinity, we know that there's always work to do. We will never reach our plateau. We will never reach our high point. We will never reach our peak because there's always work to do. And that's why we continuously level up. And that's the pride point. I taught my son how to tie his shoes yesterday, and I didn't treat him like he was a dumbass, which is something I would have done in the past, and he would have been pissed off. You want to know how I taught Bailey how to tie her shoes? I was teaching her, and her shoe came untied in the middle of SeaWorld. You know what a regular parent would have done? Tied their kid's shoe and kept going. You want to know what I did? I stopped, stood over Bailey and said, tie your shoe. And she struggled. And I stressed her, tie your shoe. We're not moving until you tie your shoe. You're going to figure out how to tie your shoe. I stressed that baby out in the middle of SeaWorld, in the middle of a family trip where we're supposed to be having a good time for her. She was my only kid at the time. This was something for her. And I ruined that moment because I wanted to create excellence. Yeah, we got work to do, y'all. The walls are crumbling. Yes, I'm so thankful that the walls are crumbling. Let me see. Back. Go for the men who you feel at peace with, not the ones that bring you butterflies. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Seek peace, period. In all things, seek peace. Because that's spirit, that's intuition, that's divine. Amen. He taught us art. So he was the guide, but was lost having mental illness in a time it wasn't popular. Yeah, my mom had mental illness and she drowned out the voices through drugs. And she grew up in a Christian household and alcohol. My mom was an alcoholic as well. But she grew up in a Christian household, and Christianity back then, intuition in Christianity? You hear voices. What? You know, no way. I remember the first time I sensed an energy presence. I was asleep and I felt something in my room and I screamed and my dad was like, "What?" And I was so afraid. We have to stop creating a space where our kids are afraid and they lie to us because we can't even help them navigate nothing because they're afraid to tell us. I remember I started my period and I didn't tell anybody. I wrapped my underwear in toilet paper because I didn't want to tell anyone I started my period. We've got to create safer spaces for our kids. But anyway, I screamed and my dad was like, "What?" And I was like, "I had a bad dream about a witch." No, there was a fucking energy in my room and they still come in my room to this day. To this day. It hasn't happened in a very long time, but it has happened in this house. I have punched Dre so many times in my sleep because I'm fighting. Whatever. I don't know what none of that is. Please show him. I'm showing him, girl. I'm showing him what we're working on in our relationship, showing each other love versus responsibility. And it's so beautiful. I love it. The thing is, Dre was like, "What's wrong with our relationship?" Nothing, but babe, it could get better. Like how good this is, it can get better. So continuously doing the work to love on each other, just love on each other. How much better can it be if we just loved each other? How much better could our sisterhoods be if we just loved each other, supported each other? How much better can it be? Look, when I give $5 to the homeless man, I walk away not, "Damn, I'm $5 lighter." I walk away like, "Damn, I just helped somebody."
Mommy, what are you doing?
I don't know, but go. I'm almost done. I'm almost done, Bubba.
I don't even.
Yeah, everything was a demon. They always used to tell him to pray. I wish we knew more than. I really do. I want you guys to leave. Just because the door's open doesn't give you permission to invite yourself
He
in.
was breathing so close to my face.
He was breathing in your face?
Yes.
You should have told him to back up.
I told him to get out my face, but he keeping doing it. He didn't listen.
Okay. Go by. I'm almost done. I got 6 minutes. Let me wrap this up. Oh, he said he's sorry. Thank you for correcting yourself and not tripping over my cord. Thank you.
Okay.
Self-correction is beautiful. Good job, Bubba. Okay.
One of these.
I'll get you one when I'm done, okay?
Thank you.
Is your room clean? Go make sure your room is clean. Okay. Shut my door, please.
Is that Maria?
I'm almost done if you leave. I could finish if you leave. I got you. Oh, there's not going to be a problem. I just want your room clean.
Huh?
Go.
You don't want me to move the bed back?
Did you move the bed? If you moved your bed, you better put that bed back before I get in there or we will have a problem.
I will move the bed back.
I'd be like, you better do something. If I don't do it, we're going to have a problem. I love how they repeat.
And I almost done playing.
Okay. I love when they repeat my consequences back to me. If I don't do it, you're going to spank my butt. If I don't do it, we're going to have a problem. If you already know the consequence, homie, correct the action before we get to the problem in the butt spank. Come on now. Yeah, everything was a demon. I really wish... I think our parents would have been okay if there was more understanding. But, you know, it is what it is. We can't change divinity. We can't change, what is. Girl, we keep saying that we deserve better, but from each other, working on it. And I love that for y'all. I love that. You know what is beautiful, sis? Is people who come under my page, especially when we went to Jamaica, and so many came under in my comments were like, "I love this for you guys. I love this for you guys. I love this for you guys." And those of you who've been rocking, you guys know that the videos right before that was, I don't know where this relationship is going because I'm going this way and Dre's staying here, but I can't go back. Once you know better, you do better. Once you know better, you choose better. You know what I'm saying? Just because we know, we have to actually choose to do better. So that's the Lonnie Taylor spin. I think I'm going to add that to the merch shop, LoneeTaylorArt.com. Once you know better, you choose better. So I cannot choose to go back to where we were, but you can choose to join me. And so that's why I say Jamaica saved our marriage, because I was able to see my husband for who he is today. And I was able to release the pressure off of him. And so he stopped defying me simply because I was pressuring him and telling him everything he's not. I'm telling him every day everything he's not. And he's like, well, I'm going to prove you right. But in Jamaica, because we were outside of this cycle and we were able to just move around each other, and I acknowledged his growth and I changed how I treat him, we were able to take that energy and bring it back to America. And something that I was concerned with was, are we able to take this vibe and bring it back to America? Because a lot of us will go on vacation with our spouses and it's a vibe. And then we get back into our little bubble and then it goes back to what it was. So just like Patricia said, it's a daily decision. We could breathe. It's a daily decision to live evolutionary. It's a moment-to-moment decision to not quit on yourself and to put your best foot forward. Every time I get ready to step over something, no, I have not folded this laundry. That is something I will struggle with until I have somebody that I could pay to do my goddamn laundry. I hate laundry. But otherwise, I have shown up for myself in ways that I typically would have quit in the past. And it's everything. It's everything. It's put a hat on before you film a video. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. No, get up and get your goddamn hat. It's showing up for yourself in the little things, because that's how you build the muscle. You build the muscle in the little things. You start depending on yourself and knowing that you're, God damn it, why the hell does he have the water hose on? No! Turn that water off! Why the heck is the water on in the first place, though? That's the question. Golly gee willikers. And this boy got a whole jacket on. It's 110 degrees outside. He got a jacket on because he want to wear his gamer jacket. All right, y'all. We are at 3 o'clock. I thank every single one of you. I thank you for all the love. I thank you for, sticking with me through because I don't know how these lives are going to go. So I got to go grab resources, and show you things. And I'm all about the receipts, but the good, healthy kind, I want to give you all the information that I have. I want to show you all the tools that I have used, and just so you have an A, a B, a C, or a D. Well, don't you worry, Sean, because I repost every single live on Lonee. I will type it for you. All my lives go to Lonee Appleton. I hope you enjoyed what you did receive, Sean. Lives on YouTube. Hold up. YT. So if you miss any part of the lives, you can definitely check them out on Lonee Taylor Art. Hold up. On Lonee Appleton Lives. You can also purchase Sherry Take the Domino series at Buy Books on the web.com. I definitely did not type that like a web address, but so you can pick up this book at buybooksontheweb.com. That is a way that you can support the community. You can pick up What's the Best That Can Happen on Amazon. Make sure the seller is Lonee Taylor, or you can pick it up at LoneeTaylorArt.com. We have merch. All of our merch has messages and meaning. I don't just throw something on a t-shirt because it's topical and it's cute. Everything that I put on my merch has meaning. It's not only feeding you, You're wearing something that has a message that means something to you, but when somebody reads your shirt, now you're sending a message to them. Loving the skin that I'm in. Know your worth and add tax. Life is game, soak it up. True selfishness is selflessness. All the things that I say here. Damn, I forgot what t-shirt I was going to make. I should have wrote it down. That was some good stuff. Ooh, know better, choose better. Know better, choose better. You know, merch with meaning. LoneeTaylorArt.com. So yeah, please support the community. If you don't want to buy nothing, but you just want to throw a tip in my jar, Lonee Appleton. So I appreciate all of you. Thank you. Please find me on YouTube. If you're not a part of the community, join the community. All of you guys, all 4 of you. If you're not a part of the community, please join the community. And yeah, get to know each other, get to know me, get to know yourself. So thank you all. Have a beautiful weekend. I will see you on Monday, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thank you guys.